just gonna delete it. What's the rest of the shirt say? I mean, it says Army. This is actually a PT shirt. An old PT shirt that I have. I actually didn't know that it would look so good. What I was supposed to do was I was supposed to wear like an army fatigue. That's what I was trying to do. But unfortunately, I didn't have any, and I wasn't gonna buy anything from Amazon. Actually, no, the army fatigue that I have, it broke. I did a whole photo shoot in it and it broke. I could not. I was trying to do like a zipper video and the zipper stopped working. So, oh well. Zipper just broke. I could barely get out of it. So, oh well. This is my army outfit for today. You guys can clearly see army. So I should have put army Q&A, but instead I put military. A lot of people ask what branch, but of course it was army reserved. Yes, this is the new Army PT uniform. I actually like the new Army. I like this black. It's really clean. That gray looked dingy. That gray looked very dingy. I love the black. The black looks nice. I don't know why the gray just looked dingy. Just looked dirty. I felt dirty every time I put it on. You like my background? Thank you. I actually did it. I actually did it yesterday. Not yesterday, this past weekend. All right, where are we at? We're at 8 minutes and 2 more minutes. I'm gonna get started. I'm going to talk to you guys about my time in the military. You guys can ask questions. Someone gave me, it should be, my introduction should include the time frame, job, and duty stations. Gotcha. That'll be good. I was supposed to be prepared. I feel like I was so prepared for my correctional officer Q&A. I did so good on that, so we're gonna see if I can do good on this one. I don't know why I was so ready for that one. Right now I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even have like the questions ready, so I'm gonna look up the questions while I'm here and yeah, just come up with it off the noggin. Just try to see what I can come up with. Okay. All right, we're at 9 minutes. You're French? Hello. Hello, Mr. French guy. No, I was not an MP. It's not an MP. I'm gonna get started soon. Calvin, chill. Give me 1 minute. I think I need 1 more minute. And I'm gonna, actually 40 seconds and then I'm starting. You love my top? Thank you. All right. All right, time to get started. Where am I gonna start? Now I'm getting nervous. Let's see. I've been holding off on this Q&A. I don't know why. I wanted to, and it's so simple. I put out all I did was post a TikTok. I need to check my TikTok questions. No one really, like, I will say send me some questions and no one ever like reads the caption or anything or the video. So yeah, I don't even know why I waited that long to do this military Q&A, because even when I post a TikTok or a reel, no one really like responds with questions, you know? People don't read. I think I have a lot of people who don't speak English that follow me. So I don't know. I don't think they read it. I don't think they look at the words. So I think I just blame it on that. I'm not gonna blame it as if people don't want to read what I put up. I'm just gonna assume that they don't know English. It's just a language that they don't speak. They just like the way I look. So, all right. Anyways, I was in the Army Reserves for 11 years, from 2008, from May 2008 until May 2017, I believe, May 2017. I took a break. How long is that? I took a break, and then I got back in 2020 during COVID. Right? I got back in 2020 during COVID. That's 9 years. And oh gosh, a lot. I said I've been in for 11 years. So that means I got out in 2022 during COVID. Well, not during COVID, but around that same time. So I got back in during 2020, and then I got back out. So honestly, I'm still in because I signed a 6-year contract. You watched not 3 ads. Oh, sorry about that. You guys can you can get rid of ads by subscribing. Just FYI. And they say your Amazon Prime can give you like a free subscription too. Oh, thank you, Sourdough, for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I did a total of 11 years like active Army Reserve services, right? Army Reserves. I was first stationed in a military police unit, so that's one reason why I got into corrections, because that was what my unit consisted of, was going into prisons and working in prisons, or like doing military police operations. So that's why I ended up getting into corrections in the first place, because that's what my unit did. But my job was a supply specialist. So I was the person who issued out supplies. I wasn't an MP. I was a supply specialist. So I helped the supply sergeants with issuing out supplies. And I really didn't do a lot. I'm not gonna lie. As a supply specialist, you just kind of do what you're told. And you kind of just, I don't know, you just kind of help. So all we did was help. We did a lot of inventory. I counted a lot of things. And yeah, I did the regular training of what a military police would do. So I still did military police training, did the whole obstacle courses and everything, and I would do their training, but I would just also be supply. So whenever they needed supply, we would go to supply, and then we would like help with supply stuff. So I did that for 6 years. No, I did that for 9 years. I was there for 9 years, and when I got back in, I was assigned to a unit that was for training. It was a training unit. So I was a sergeant at that time, and it was a training unit to train other units. And we just, I don't know, because it was like a lot of officers, like people that were more high ranking than me, I really didn't do anything for those 2 years. So I ended up getting out because it was kind of like a waste of time for me. Like I don't know, I just wasn't into it anymore. So yeah, I ended up getting out. I told them that I was very busy. Is there any way I can, and they didn't give me a bonus either. When I signed up the second time, I asked for a bonus and I never got it. So I was like, I'm over it. I just want to get out. So they allowed me to, like, I'm still in, but I don't have to actively go. They will call me if they need me. Up until 2026, they can still call me in for anything. They can still call me in. So up until 2026, they can call me in for something if they want to, but I get out completely in 2026. I can still sign back in. I think I may still stay in I'm in what they consider ARR phase. Is it? No, I'm lying. IRR. It's IRR. I'm in inactive ready reserve. So yes, IRR. So I'm in inactive ready reserves, and I'm just like, hanging out, and I can also re-up to do IRR again. Just because if I want to get back in, right? If I want to just get back in and not have to go through military in processing, then I stay in IRR. So it's a possibility in 2026. Hey, Swingman. It's a possibility in 2026 I may stay in and do, I may sign up again to stay in the IRR phase, which means that if I want to get back in, then I can easily. I could just show up the next day. Like I literally can call the Army now and say, hey, I want to go into drill tomorrow. And then they'll allow me to do that because I'm still in, So, all right, that's the end of my introduction. I think that's a good introduction. I think I kind of covered everything I needed to cover with that introduction. I think so. If they call me, is it mandatory to go back? Yes, it is mandatory. If they call me, it's mandatory to go back. I can't refuse, or I'll get in trouble, right? Because I'm still in. I'm like with the Army though, nothing's really mandatory. Not gonna lie, nothing's really mandatory. I can have some type of excuses to not go back. You can, I don't know, if you're like overweight, if you're sickly, and if you are pregnant, if you have a financial hardship or something like that, if you are on drugs, They really don't want you. So yeah, it's waste. It's not like mandatory, but they will ask you, and you can try to come up with whatever you want to come up with. But my job isn't that needed. My job isn't needed that much, so it's not like they're gonna be like, we need you so much. Like, let's say if I was like a nurse or like something more important than supply, maybe. So we will say, what made me want to join the Army? And you know what? I don't have a deep answer for that question. I joined the Army because I was 17. I was 17 and I was in high school, and I had a best friend who was in ROTC, and she wanted to join the Army. Oh, let me move this. She wanted to join the Army. My best friend, she's still my best friend, which is crazy. She wanted to join the Army, and she came back and she was like, you should join with me. Well, what's funny is we were gonna join the National Guard, right? No, my best friend was in JROTC, and we were both gonna join the National Guard. We were not gonna join the Army, right? We had no idea we had no idea about joining the military. She wanted to join the National Guard, and I said, oh my gosh, what's the National Guard? She said that they will pay for your college, you know. And I was like, what is I'm gonna really show like how blind I was in high school. I was like, what's the National Guard? I was like, is that like where you guard stuff? Like you guard graveyards and like public buildings? She said, yeah, that's what it is. Like, we should both join the National Guard. They're gonna pay for our college. We're gonna get $20,000 to do it. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm gonna go join the National Guard because, yeah, I'm gonna just, you know, guard national buildings and graveyards, and I'm gonna, you know, get $20,000. That sounds so cool. So we talked to the National Guard recruiter. When I tell you, people are like insane. This guy should be well, I'm pretty sure he's not working anymore, but he should be under investigation because because I was literally asking this guy like, hey, so, you know, me and my friend want to join the National Guard. Like, do we have to like, you know, we have to go to boot camp? Do we have to run? He said, yeah, you may have to run. You may have to do, like, he acted like the National Guard was just a job. And me and my friend was like, oh my gosh, sign us up. We want to do it. So I went home to do my research and realized that the National Guard is not like, it's not just you're doing security or something. Like, you're in the military. So we ended up going to these like Army Reserve recruiters and say, hey, this guy wanted us to get into the National Guard. No, actually the Army Reserve recruiter came to us and was like, oh, you guys should join the Army Reserve. We're like, no, we're signing up for the National Guard. We don't have to do all of that hard stuff that they have in the Army Reserve. And he was like, what are you talking about? It's the same thing. And we're like, no, it's not. We're going to do the Army. We're going to do the National Guard. We're just going to have to guard buildings. And he was like, no, that's not what it is. It's the same thing. Like, Army Reserve and National Guard is the same thing. The National Guard just gets paid in a different way. So I ended up talking to this guy. We talked to this guy. He told us everything about the Army Reserve, how we can get the $20,000 bonus. You know, we could probably do jobs so we can wear normal clothes, everything to that nature. So we ended up going with the Army Reserve. And we went with the Army Reserve because he did not lie to us, mostly. He did not mostly lie to us, and he told us we could get $20,000. So I know it may seem deep, like, okay, why did you join? You guys thought I would say I wanted to serve my country and everything. It's really because they had the $20,000 bonus. It's really because they had that $20,000 bonus, and I really just wanted to get the money at the time. I was 17, and, you know, my mom had a lot of kids, and I knew that, you know, college was going to be hard. I knew they were going to pay for my college, you know. That's about it. And they also had like a program where they promised a job. They promised like a job afterwards, you know. What was my range qualification score? It's 33 too old? No, you can enlist into the Army Reserves up until you're 40, I think 39, 41. I think they change the age every now and then, but it's around that 39, 41, 42. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to join. It's because I thought it would be a great opportunity to make money. I thought it would be a great opportunity to, like, you know, start my career. they gave me a signing bonus at the time. It was $20,000, and I realized afterwards that you don't get the full $20,000. So the way they give it to you is they break it up. You get $10,000 when you come. You get $20,000 when you come back from your job training, and with that they tax it. So you get $7,500 something, and then you get the other $5,000 whenever you do 2 more years, and then that's taxed. So you get like $3,000 something, and then you get the other $5,000 2 years after that. So taxes get taken out. And yeah, so all in all, that $20,000 bonus is more about $15,000. The only way you can get a $20,000 bonus and not get taxed on it is if you sign a bonus while you're like overseas, when you're like deployed. Then they can't tax it. Somehow they do. They still do. Hello. All right, let's see. Let's go back into the questions. Let's see. What was my range qualification score? What was my APFT score? Honestly, I don't know, because those things changed all the time. So whatever the range qualifications was, I usually was right around like barely passing. So I think it had to be like 23 out of 40. I think I would always do like 24, 25. It was barely passing. APFT, same. I was always barely passing. I probably can do like 20 push-ups. I can do like 21 push-ups, right? I can do a 2-mile run in, let's say, in whatever time was barely passing, and the same thing with the sit-ups. Whatever is barely passing, we can look up the APF. Well, the APFT test has changed. I just recently passed that one, so that wasn't that bad. So yeah, the APFT test did change. Did I travel a lot? I did not travel a lot. The Army Reserves is not like Airbnb. Oh, not Airbnb. The Air Force. I don't know why I say Airbnb. Forget that. The Air Force. It's not like the Air Force. With the Air Force, they travel everywhere. Okay, they travel everywhere. They have a nice life. They can do whatever they want. The Air Force is a sweet job. I actually was thinking about getting into the Air Force, but no, the Army, I only traveled to like states where they had like these Army training centers that only had tents and dirt, and tents and more dirt and bad food. The only place I got to travel to that was like interesting was Afghanistan. And we stopped in Kyrgyzstan, which was kind of cool, but it was still just tents and dirt and rocks. And let's see, where else did I travel with the Army? Did I ever travel anywhere cool? No, I never. I'm trying to think of anywhere that could be cool, and I'm not thinking about it. Texas, before you deploy. Before you go to Afghanistan, they send you to Texas, like Fort Bliss, Texas. That can be kind of nice. But there's a lot of also sand. There's a lot of spiders, tents and dirt, and chow halls. Let's see. Do I recommend any branch? Every branch is different. I recommend the Air Force. If I could do it all over again, I would have done the Air Force. I feel like I would have done the Air Force. I really wanted to do the Navy after thinking about my Army Reserves contract, but yeah, I ended up doing Army Reserves because I didn't know if I wanted to do it full time. Like Army Reserves, I knew I was only going to be going once a month. Let's see. Your uncle's an Army chief. Okay, that's cool. Was I hit on guys a lot in the Army? I was not, honestly. I don't know, when I was in the Army, which I don't know, I was in the Army last year too. But no, most guys are kind of professional, I would say, in the Army. People don't think so. But with the reserves it's different because everyone lives a normal life, right? Maybe if I was in the active Army, maybe guys was like, yeah, maybe in the active Army they hit on each other more. But I know when I was in like basic training and like the job training, everyone's like trying to like date each other, right? But when I got into my unit, no, like people live normal lives. So it was, you're only going once a month. So maybe like guys try to date you, but that's normal. So no, not really. Very little. People don't try to hit on you because that's sexual harassment. No one wants to get, no one wants to go down for sexual harassment. So they're gonna be very cautious about it. I've never been diffused by an explosive device or know anyone that has. While in Afghanistan, did I see anything interesting? You know what? Afghanistan was an interesting place to visit. What surprised me the most about Afghanistan was that before you go to Afghanistan, you go to all these training courses, you go to all these training classes, and they tell you everything's a bomb, everyone has a bomb. Everyone has a bomb, everything is a bomb, you're gonna get blown up, everything. Like, they show you all the, like, most horrific videos before you go. And then you get there, and it's like, I don't know how it can just be so calm, even though you're there. Like, it's you're in a war zone, but it doesn't necessarily, like, feel like a war zone. You can get very comfortable there. Like, I used to go to the gym. I was in really good shape when I was there. I would go to the gym a lot. I loved, like, going to the chow hall. Like, they had a thing called midnight chow there. So me and all my friends would go and hang out at the chow hall at 12 a.m. We went to, like, salsa night all the time. Well, my friends could salsa. I can't salsa. And then I went to hip hop night every Friday. Me and my friends used to love dancing for hip hop night. Well, dancing at hip hop night. Yeah, it depends on the area. It really does depend on the area, but that's what was shocking to me, because even though, like, I was at, like, it was like an active war zone when I was there, though. I was there when there was an active war zone. My military unit basically was working for the prison. Okay, so my military unit worked for the prison, and I think that's why it was so chill, because you're not gonna bomb where your family's staying, where your family members are. So it would be weird for them to do so. But we did get bomb threats. We got bomb threats a lot. We got what do you call it? IDF impact. We got the bombs came our way. They were close by, but they never really hit us. They were always close by somewhere. So when that happened, but it's crazy because you live a normal day. You live a normal day, and then the bombs will go off, and then you, like, after a while, when the bombs went off, like when I first got there, the bombs would go off and I would run into the bunkers. I would run into my room. I'd be looking out the window, like, I'd be scared. And then after a while, the bombs go off and you like, no, I'm sleeping. I'm not getting up. Like, if I die, I die. Like, it's just like bombs going off and it doesn't matter. And like they never hit the area that I was in. But, after a while, it's just bombs. You just hear bombs going off. But not all the time. It's not every day. It would be like maybe every few weeks, every month or so. Sometimes they would hit pretty close, but I don't think they were really planning to hit where we were. So, yeah, let's see. Did I have to get a smallpox vaccination? Yes, I got a smallpox vaccination. I can't really derogue right now. You say I stop caring about the IEDs and start worrying about EFPs? Okay. Yeah, I never worried about the IED. I don't even know what the EFP is, if I can remember. I don't remember what an EFP was. So IED, definitely. I did not care about any IED impacts. No IEDs, just whatever. If I was gonna die, I was gonna die in peace. Like, sometimes they say, like, okay, we got maybe an active bomber or something could be coming or something like that. Like, I would get frightened, but when you're over there, it's just everything seems normal. And there's so many contractors that are like Afghan nationals that are working for you. So you don't sit here and suspect everyone has something, everyone's doing something. So, excuse me. So it's hard to sit here and think like, there's a bomb everywhere. You just get used to I don't know, whatever happens. You get too comfortable. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what an EFP impact is, but IEDs impact, we got them a lot. I was with OEF. Oh, explosively formed projectile, the hot metal that shreds any. Oh, I don't even know what that was. No. Is there anything valuable that I learned from the job? I don't know, but I think like overall the experience of being in the military was really, I feel like it was a good experience for me. Like I don't know where I would be if I didn't join the army. I don't know where I would be, honestly. I feel like maybe I would still be, you know, in my hometown, in the country. I don't know. I would probably have babies or something. Which babies aren't, nothing's wrong with babies, but I probably have a lot of them, like 5. I don't know. I don't know where I would be, but maybe I would be on a good route. I don't know, but I feel like the army definitely made me who I was. It's definitely helped me, you know, form discipline. It's definitely helped me, you know, I don't know. I met a lot of great people while I was in the military. I still have a lot of good friends from the military. So I feel like my friends have helped shape me who I am, because you are who you surround yourself with. So, see, that was good. Best advice I got while I served. I don't know. I don't think I got any advice, you know, from anyone. No, I never got any real advice from, like, you know, higher ups. They were all crazy. They were all crazy. Let's see what else. The country I was in was Afghanistan. Hello. How's the leadership? One of you should transfer after your contract. Oh, don't go to the army now. I would not suggest the army for anyone now. Well, no, you know what? I would suggest it, okay? But I wouldn't suggest it for any adult that is going from any other job, like a professional job, to go into the military now. Because you have to think that a lot of the leadership now are people that are like young. They're like 24, 25. They were able to get their I don't know, what do you get, a bachelor's degree, and you could be an officer, which means you're over the enlisted. So unless you're gonna go in and be an officer, then don't do it. If you're not gonna go in and be high ranking, don't do it, because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, these kids are running everything and they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, don't do it. Don't go in if you're already established adults with a career, because you're gonna think it's a joke. Because a lot of the new leaders are jokes, but that's, you know, yeah. That's just new leadership. I mean, if you go in as a kid, I would say, like, you know, my younger siblings, I've told them that they should go into the military because they're going in young. They're going in while, like, you know, they're going in 18. You can be, you know, you can grow up into the military. You can learn the discipline. You can get your benefits. Yes, if you go in and you are over, if you're over like 24, 25, and let's say you already had a job, then I would say don't do it. If you're not going in as an officer. Let me put my Linktree link. I'm gonna put my Linktree link on here. I don't know where that thing is. Let's see. Copy link. Can I put that just randomly here? Let's see if I can pin it. And I'm here to listen to baby. Oh, thank you. It's not doing it how I want it to. I think that's good. Let's see if that works. Let's see. No, they don't work. Let's delete that one. How do I delete my own message? Sorry, y'all. I can delete it. Forget that message, y'all. I can't even delete my own message. Don't do that. Don't copy that one. That one's wrong. Let's see. I'm trying to copy my Linktree link and put it in here. Thought it would be easy. No. Thank you. No. I hate Linktree at this point. It should be easier. Nevertheless. Copy. There we go. Oh, you did it, Fusion? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just had it. I literally just had it. Okay, so let's go into the questions that I got on Instagram because I told them to ask me some questions, so I'm going to answer them. Someone asked me, when did I enlist? I said in 2008, right after high school. And why? Because of money, okay, and I wanted good jobs and stuff. And what was it like being in the military? I don't know. I was 18, fresh out of high school, so I didn't really know any different. I actually kind of liked it. It was really fun my first few years. It was really fun my first few years because just imagine you're straight out of high school. You still don't have the responsibility of bills. You don't have the responsibility of college and everything like that. So you're just kind of like making friends. You guys are, I mean, you're getting like, you're doing a lot of working out, right? In the beginning. Yeah, you're doing a lot of working out in the beginning, but you're also doing a lot of training. And I think sometimes when you're that young, you don't understand how serious it is. So it can also be dangerous because you don't understand how serious it is. Like, we were literally training to kill. We're literally training to for a war, but you don't think of the seriousness of it when you're like 18, 19. Like, me and all my friends, we thought it was really fun. So yeah, I did basic in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. You said that's the whole point, is for it to be fun? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's the whole point, is for it to desensitize you. Yeah, the whole point is for it to desensitize you and to get you comfortable with killing someone, I guess. But, you know, when you think about it, it was really serious. But it was actually really fun. Yeah, relaxing Jackson. And it wasn't really relaxing to me because I still wasn't used to doing all of the hard work and all the running and all the training and waking up early, barely eating. So yeah, it was actually pretty fun. I met a lot of friends, and when I was 18, 19, 21. So yeah, I made a lot of friends. So I feel like it was fun my first few years. It was whenever I got, maybe around deployment time is when it started being more serious for me. Like, I had to had to become a sergeant soon, had to get ready to be a sergeant. And then when you're a sergeant, you have to look over other people. So that's when it gets more serious and it gets less fun. And then all your friends, they either get out or they don't they don't stay in, or they do something bad, whatever. So it's not as fun. It's not as fun in the last few years as it is in the beginning. So it is fun. So what was it? What was the experience? It was actually okay. It wasn't that bad. I did a total of 11 years. And yeah, I took a break in service as well. All right, someone asked what was it like, and then why Army? I kind of explained why Army earlier, because honestly, I didn't even know. It's just so blunt to say. I don't know, I'm not even close to blunt, but it's so blunt to say. But I say why Army. Like, I ended up getting into the Army because I thought that, at first I thought I was getting into the National Guard, and then we found out that the National Guard was the military, and then the Army Reserve recruiter told us, and we just, got into the Army Reserve. Okay. I don't even, that's the real excuse. That's the real reason. Okay. And okay, so someone said I was there for 11 years. Why didn't I do 9 more years to make 20? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know why I won't do 20. That's one reason why I got back in, because I'm like, I might as well do 20. And when I got back in, I went ahead and did a 6-year contract instead of a 2-year contract, because I'm like, you know what? I do want to retire and do 20 years. So it's still up in the air. I can still get back in, and I can still get back in, right? And I can still finish the 9 years. You don't get retirement from the Army until you're like, unless it's like medically, you don't get retirement. You don't get the money until you're 62. And in my mind, I'm like, I might as well be close to 62 if I can't get the money. I don't know. I just feel that way. So I can always get back in, but that's one reason. Like, someone asked me why stay in the IRR phase or re-enlist to get back into the reserve, what do you call it? Inactive ready reserve phase like I'm in, is because I won't have to try to process back into the military. I can just renew my contracts and I can stay in. They can call me, but you know, so yeah, I won't have to go back into the whole process. Why's my phone not charging? So yeah, there is a chance that I may get back in to do the 9 more years to get the retirement. It's a possibility, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe my online profiles may go to crap, right? Maybe my online profile may go to crap, and maybe I may want to get back in. I don't know. Maybe I want. I actually saw where they have they do have some units, like, okay, so I was a reservist, so they have some units where you can do your 1 week in a month all in 1 month, so you don't have to show up to drill every month. You just have to go somewhere and train for a whole month one time out of the year. So I could sign up for those kind of I could sign up for that kind of units. I just don't know if I even have a month out of the year to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. So, you know, do I keep my time in service with the IRR phase? No, I don't keep my time in service. It adds up differently. You know, everything goes by points. So, I don't know, going to drill every month and then going to your 2 weeks out of the year training, that yearly training you have to do, those add up to points, right? So with IRR, you're not doing anything. So nothing that you're doing is giving you points. I don't think so. I wish that it would add up to something, because I would stay in IRR until I die. Okay, there we go. We're charging. So, yeah, annual training. What are the 25 series soldiers? What are those? Yeah, the reservist is 1 weekend out of the month, 2 weeks out of the year. But what I'm saying is there are also reserve units. There are reserve units where you don't have to do the 1 weekend out of the month and 2 weeks out of the year. There are Army reserve units where you do all of your, I forgot what type of units they call them, but you can do all of your days in 1 month. All of them in 1 month. You don't have to show up one weekend a month. You're 1 month out of the year or whatever, 2 months out of the year, that's it. That's all you have to do. So I've been thinking about, well, I've thought about doing that. I'm not thinking about doing it now. So yeah. You go to the gym even after Army. Yeah, do that. Okay, so let's go to more questions. Let's see. What was my rank? My rank? Yes, they're active reserve units too. I can think about doing that if I want to get a job, but I don't think I want to do the active reserve units. Those people are crazy. People in the Army, a lot of them are crazy. I mean, people everywhere are crazy, but it sucks when you're in an active reserve unit in the military. But it's like you have to stay with them. You have to be in that unit. So that's the thing I don't like about the Army, especially like an active unit. Let's say I get a job somewhere for 2 years, 1 year. I have to work with the same people every day if I like it or not. So I don't like that. If you get a regular job, you can quit. You can quit, but you can't quit with the Army. You have to go there, whether you like them or not. Whether they hate your guts, you hate their guts, you have to. So I was in the Army. I left as a sergeant. That's like an E5. So there are a lot of ranks. I think that one's in the middle. I think E5 is in the middle, right? You have, I don't know. I forgot all the different ranks. You have privates. You have 3 levels of privates. You have specialists, and then you have E5. I was E5. So I would have like a little bit of people under me. to oversee them and to, watch after them, but not really, because my unit was not that great. And then you have E6, E7, you have officers. You have a lot of people over you as E5 still. So E5 is like a private for supervisors. You're like a bottom class supervisor. That's what I felt like. I was a bottom class supervisor. I was a supervisor, but at the smallest form. So yeah, it wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay. So they asked, let's see, where do we go? Someone asked if I had any boyfriends in the military, and I usually try not to make my honey where I make my money. That's one thing I learned through someone in the military, and it kind of stuck with me. So, no, I didn't have a lot of boyfriends while I was in the Army. I try to like date outside if I was gonna date, but I did have two in my 11 years of service. I had 2 boyfriends in the Army. 2 boyfriends. So yeah, that's pretty good number, right? 2 boyfriends. And one of my boyfriends was like, I met him when I was in Afghanistan, and he was crazy. So yes. Let's see. Some people don't send questions. You were 11 Bravo, so you're infantry. You said, do I have issues? No, I didn't have any issues. And was I able to date a superior officer? No, it's kind of against the rules. And I mean, there was really no need to try to date someone with a higher rank. Actually, you know what? There was an officer that was really cute, and I was interested in him. We just never really connected. Like he was just training with our unit, and then we kind of lived far and we would text each other, but that was about it. But what was I saying? But yeah, there was no need to try to date anyone in high ranking because my unit was huge. You guys have to think, my unit was really big, and I don't know, maybe a unit of like, we deployed with like 140 of us. It's like 140 of us deployed, I think. I don't want to lie about the numbers, but I think it was like 140 people. And then like, I guess overall, maybe let's say it was 300 people in the unit, like a lot of people. So there are more lower ranking people than there are higher ranking people. So you don't need to really date an officer or sergeant. There's a lot of lower ranking people that are like available, especially like, less baggage, no girlfriend, maybe no kids, maybe, not a wife or something. They're single and young. And you say you remember the sexual assault numbers. I mean, yes, they are. I think they are fairly high though, but I think one thing that drives the sexual assault numbers up, I think, is because you're not supposed to date up and down in rank. You're not supposed to date someone who's like superior in rank. Maybe I don't know if they consider that sexual assault. I don't know. That's something that I didn't really have to deal with, but I think it's different as a reservist too. Like I say, as a reservist, these people have family and kids and stuff back home. They only come once a month. So I think because people have a normal life outside of the Army, you're only going once a month, then, you don't necessarily need to harass the women at your unit. You got women in real life to harass. So I don't think that was an issue we had to deal with. And then when you're deployed, all eyes are on everyone. So I think it's a very low chance of someone, I don't know. I can't speak for other women and what they went through. But me personally, I'm tall too. I'm tall as well, y'all. I'm 5'11". So I think people are gonna try somebody else first, They're not gonna try me, Hello, Loris. Hello, Swingman. Hello. He say, what? You're 6'5"? Okay. You dunk on me? Oh, too bad I don't play basketball. Okay. Let's see if I have any more questions. Someone says, a lot of times people don't send questions. They say, oh, looks yum. What's looks yum? What is looks yum? How many push-ups can I do? Right now, how many push-ups can I do now? Maybe like 5. Maybe 5. I can't do any push-ups today in this day and age no more. You have to train in order to know how to do push-ups. You guys know that? Like it's definitely like what do you call, how long have I been on here? 52 minutes. Oh, I wanted to do 2 hours today. Push-ups on stream. Let's see. Am I all tucked in? I have to make sure I'm all tucked in and stuff before I do the push-ups. I'll do them at the end. I'll see how many push-ups I can do at the end, because I don't want nothing to happen. Yeah, I have to do them another angle. I'll do them facing the other way too, so if something happens, it's okay. But yeah, you have to train to know how to do push-ups. You have to train. I can't do push-ups right. Like if they say, hey, you're gonna have to do a test in 2 months, you're gonna have to know how to do push-ups, they're gonna test you on push-ups. I need to start training now and start doing push-ups every day until I can do however many they want for the test. Okay. All right, let's go to my let's see. Let's go to TikTok. Let's look at TikTok first, because that's where I first put it. Okay. Did anyone ask any questions on TikTok? Oh. This is it. Drop and give me 50. Not a question. I don't even know why I put these. I don't even know why I put these in here. No one sent any questions on TikTok. I waited all this time to make a TikTok. No one even said anything on the TikTok. Let's see about Instagram. Let's see Instagram. My Instagram followers have a little bit more sense, you know, I think. No questions. Someone said I didn't serve in the military and false honor is a crime. Okay, that's not a question either. How is chow? And was it delicious as the stuff they got? The chow in the military was... It depends. It depends on where you were. It depends on where you were training. The food in Afghanistan was good sometimes. Like, they had some things that were really good. Breakfast was always good then. But if you're like training somewhere, the food kind of sucks, and they will give you the MREs, the meals ready to eat, in that bag. You have to try to cook it. It just always depends, you know. Back then I wasn't that picky with food. I was not a picky eater. So, you know, I used to just kind of eat whatever. And it's funny because my friends in the military, they know me to just eat. They say I eat anything. I'm known as the person that can like eat anything out of my friends in the army. That's just what they said. They're like, you can just eat anything. Like, I would just show up to any meal, it's chow, like I'm eating. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not that picky when it comes to food. So yeah, that was my experience with the food. So, am I a foodie? I can't say I'm a foodie, but I just kind of eat anything. So, MREs are what you're thinking about? Oh, MREs. Oh, the MREs are, you don't eat MREs often. I think now, honestly, now in today's army, military, anytime they offer MREs, they allow you to go somewhere else to eat. Like, my unit would give us MREs for lunch and say, okay, you can have an MRE or you can go out to eat. So they give us MREs and let us go eat somewhere. Or like, you know, I got to the point, especially when you're out of basic training and everything, you just kind of go to the store and buy tuna or something and eat tuna. You know, you don't really eat the MREs anymore. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I used to just eat my food without enjoyment. I just eat it just to have something to eat. Because a lot of times it wasn't disgusting. It would just be like flavorless or something, you know? It would just be flavorless. Thank you, Lamberman, for raiding. Hello, welcome, raiders. Hello, hello. Hello, Lamberman and raiders. Let's see. I was never really homesick, you know. I was ready to leave my home. I was ready to leave. I was ready to, you know, graduate high school and then go somewhere else. And I was actually happy to join the Army because I knew that I was going to be able to get my own apartment. I knew that, you know, I knew that I was going to have money. So I was actually very, very happy. Yeah. So I actually signed my papers when I was 17 because my mom had to sign off on my papers. But yeah, I went at 18. I went to basic training at 18. And never have banter with each other. The Army and the Navy have a little banter. Actually, we don't have much of banter for each other, the Army and the Navy. But the stereotype is the Navy, for the Navy guys, you know, people think the guys in the Navy are of course much softer than the guys in the Army, of course. And then the girls in the Navy, the women in the Army are always a little jealous of the girls in the Navy because they can wear like earrings. They're able to wear like little earrings and they're able to wear ponytails and stuff. So like the women in the Navy were able to get away with a lot more than women in the Army. So like the women in the Army are known to be like the ugly girls are known to be the ugly girls. But you know, it was hard for the women in the Army to actually be cute. Like anytime you kind of looked cute, they would try to find like something like, why are you so cute today? Maybe your hair is covering your ears. You need to have your hair behind your ears. Or your hair's too long. Let's pull your hair up. Like it would, whatever you could do to look cute. The Army was like, no, they didn't. The Army did not want the women looking cute. Your hair in a ball with no nails, barely any makeup. If you even tried to wear like more makeup than normal, it would be a problem. You couldn't wear eyelashes, you know. So the things that women do to make them look more feminine, you can't do in the Army, but they can do it in the Navy. So that was always my beef. That was always my beef. That was always my beef with them. Did I still look good? I don't think so. The Navy was the place to be, yes. Do I know any other female streamers that have been in the military? No, I do not. And I don't like to bring other girls up on my stream. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see what the questions are. If I have any more questions. What? I don't understand. Let's see. No one really asks the questions. You know what? People don't like asking questions. You asked a few. Opinion on Space Force? I don't know much about Space Force. I really don't. You're 1 hour late to the stream? Yes, you're 1 hour late. I don't think any Twitch girls should need any military experience before they start the stream. That's not going to help them at all. The military can be very traumatizing for some people, so yeah, I'm gonna save a VOD for you guys because this is a nice clean VOD, you know, just chatting and information, so it's gonna be a VOD. Let's see. Okay, basically stuff that I already seen. All right, let's go to my Q&A here. Any trauma? No, I don't have any trauma from the Army as well. Kind of, you know, kind of normal, I think. Someone asked, do I still receive any benefits? Like, what do you call it? Like disability benefits and everything? No, I don't have any type of disabilities. There are certain things that I can apply for if things start going left field. Like, for example, if my back has too much pain or anything, people love saying, you know, back pain. If I have any, like, too much back pain, I was carrying those heavy rucksack bags, you know, across fields for no reason sometimes. Especially when we were getting ready to deploy, so I could always go back if I started having back pain. Whenever I was deployed, we stayed near a burn pit where like the air is like they're burning trash all the time, and like there would be like literally ash in the sky. Sometimes I would wear like masks just to, I don't know why. Like, I guess it was, I don't think it would save you from breathing in any of the ashes, but you know, there would be like ash in the air, smoke in the air, a lot of smoke. So with that, because I used to stay by that burn pit, also with shooting, you know, your ears, I may have a hard time hearing in the future. So because of those few things, I may be able to go back and say, listen, I have problems. It's because the Army, I was there for, you know, my good 11 years, and this is why the Army did this to me, and I can fight a case and I can get some type of disability because of it. But no, I don't have any disability now. I'm not on any type of disability. And yeah, I'm still in the individual ready reserve, so I can still get not free dental, but I can get my dental through the military. So I do get dental benefits through the military. It's not that great, so I'm probably gonna cancel it. But I can still go to the veteran. What are you saying? Fusion, what are you saying? Tell me. Oh, you said I barely hear you. I barely hear you. Yes. If I have hard hearing, it'll be the military's part. But I don't have I do have TRICARE for dental, but what I do is I go to the VA. I go to the VA all the time. I go to the VA for my yearly checkups all the time. Sometimes they refer me for extra care here and there. There's a huge VA hospital like right outside of Orlando, so I go there. I love going into I don't know why I like going, just to be like, yeah, I'm a veteran, like this is my hospital. So yeah, and everything's free in the VA, so I don't have to, you know, I have health insurance, but I don't really have to because I can go to the VA for free. I go for free, okay? But you know, emergencies, they actually have an emergency room at the VA as well. But you know, I go to the VA for free. So yeah, the VA is the Veteran Affairs Hospital. Is it Veteran VA Hospital? And is the veteran hospital better than the civilian hospitals? I don't know, because I don't frequent any hospitals, honestly. I just go for my checkups. I really just go for like my yearly checkups and yearly, you know, see what's going on, see if my hearing's okay, see if my back's okay, you know, if I have anything that's going left since my horrible time in service. Um, so, I didn't answer you. The benefits. The benefits of being in. What are the benefits of being in the Army? My benefits of being in the Army were, I'm gonna highlight this one too because I'm gonna answer this one. But yeah, my benefits of being in the Army were, when I was 18, was a $20,000 sign-in bonus. I'm not recruiting for the Army, but you know what? My friend is a recruiter, so if any of you guys want to be recruited, you know, I can send you her information, her Facebook page or something. So, anyways, I got a $20,000 sign-in bonus, right? And they paid for my college. They had a college stipend program where they paid for your college. A tuition program. I don't know what they call it. It's a certain term they say. And then I also received a stipend every month, a bonus. What do they call it? GI Bill. But I received like a kicker. So when I was in college, I was getting like maybe like 500 extra bucks a month, you know, because I was in college. And then what else was I getting? And you know, you go your weekend a month when you're in college. I worked at Walmart in college, so I worked at Walmart, and then I got my kicker, and then I went the weekend a month. So I was doing okay. You know, I wasn't as rich as most of the girls now that are on the internet, but you know, I was doing okay in college. So it was actually pretty good. It's actually pretty cool. I got pretty good benefits. But that stuff wore off by the time like I was getting in my 20s, you know. I needed some real money. So that's why I got into law enforcement. But yeah, being in the Army, did it help me get a job in law enforcement? Yes, it did. And I'm going to tell you why. If you're in the Army, right? If you're in the military, any type of military branch, if you apply for a government job, when you apply, it goes on like a point system. And you automatically get like 5 extra points because you were military. So, and you get points if you're like a, you know, a military spouse, I don't know. I think a military spouse gets better points. They get better points. If you're disabled, you get like 10 points, disabled vets. So being in the military does help you get better, you can be in a better running for a job, I guess, you know. Oh yeah, and certain corporations get tax breaks for hiring vets. I did not know that. But yeah, so if you're a vet, especially like government jobs, it does help you get better positions because those points help you. You're like a step above your competition because you're a vet instantly. So people at my job did not like me because whenever I wanted a job, they knew if I was applying that I'm a vet, so I'm gonna like be a little bit I'm gonna be one step ahead of them. I'm gonna be one step ahead of them. Sorry, you guys should have served. You say have a thing like that in the U.S. Nice to have a thing like that in the U.S. Yes. How long is the contract? The contracts can range from, right now I can get back in for 2 years if I wanted. Well, I'm still in. But they have contracts for like 2 years, right? They have contracts for 2 years. You can do 2 years, 6 years. But I think when you initially sign up, for active, you have to do at least 3. And then for reserves, the shortest you can do is 6. Shortest you can do is 6. Okay. But yes, having college paid for is huge. That was really big because with my mom, you know, my mom had a lot of kids. So my mom was like, she literally had no money to be able to send me off to college at all. And like most of my siblings ended up coming back from college because they didn't have money or they were like broke. So my older siblings were like broke from college or like didn't have any money to go. And my mom was like burnt out from trying. So I like literally begged my mom. I literally begged my mom to sign my papers to go because I'm like, I want to go to college. I want my college to be paid for and I want the military to pay for it for me. Please, please, please. Please, mom. I had to beg my mom. She did not want me to go. She thought, when you say military, she thought death. Like, even if I tell her now, like, if I tell my mom right now, I'm going to join the Army or I'm going to go back in, she's going to be like, why would you go back in? You know, oh my gosh. Even when I told her that I was getting out, like, oh, I don't have to go back right now, like, I'm out. And she was like, oh, well, that's so good because you never know what's going on in the world. You never know what's going on. So no, she did not think that it was a good idea. I don't know what I don't know what my mom wants me to do. I think she'd rather me just, I don't know what my mom wants me to do, y'all. Win the lottery. And no matter what I say I do, it's a problem, so, you know. Yeah, she wants me to win the lottery and just be fine, I guess. Let's see. Is this all to join the army? What do you mean? Is this all you need? I don't know. In order to join, you have to be in good health standings. Have a good medical standing. I don't know how to say it. You have to have a good medical record. You can't have really nothing wrong with you, or you have to lie about it if you want to get in. You have to say no, none, never. You want to get in. Now, I'm not telling anyone to do this either. I'm not giving out bad information, okay? Don't take this as advice, okay? But you have to be perfect, basically, to get in, okay? No prior surgeries, no prior nothing. Is it hard to get in with waivers for anxiety, depression? I'm not sure because I'm not a recruiter, but I'm pretty sure that you can't. Or you would just say that you don't have those problems. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a recruiter or anything, so don't listen to me. You got problems, say it, because it's going to come out in basic training. It's going to come out. But, so yeah, but don't, you know, I don't know if they're really strict. Did I went to college during my time in the military? I went to college while I was in the military. So I went to college right after my basic training experience. So I went to college was it a year afterwards or the end of the year after my basic training? So I went right into college after my training. So it took me 6 months later. I went to college. I was still in the Army Reserves, and you know, the school is lenient when you're in the Army Reserves, and also the Army Reserves is kind of lenient as well because if you have tests and everything, so they kind of try to work together. Your jobs try to work with you too, and they have programs that will get onto your job if they want you to work during the time that you have drill or something like that. So you don't really have any problems whenever you're, you don't have really any problems. Yeah, the reserves is part-time. It's only 1 weekend a month, but sometimes it can conflict with like tests. If you're in college, it can conflict with your work schedule. If you're working at a place like Walmart, like me, because they always wanted me to work on the weekends. So sometimes it could be problematic, but a lot of times that, you know, most people understood. Sometimes Walmart and me got into it because sometimes the military would change those dates. They'll change the dates quickly. And they would feel like I was lying. They feel like I was completely lying about me having to go to the art like 1 weekend a month. So so it was a civilian college. I can go to whatever college I wanted to, and they would help me pay for it. So yeah. Do you feel like people look at me better or worse? I feel like people look at me in a better light. You know, I even see sometimes when I post that I was in the military. Sometimes when if I post anything about me being in the military, they'll say, oh, well, you know, mad respect. And I'm like, oh, you're going to respect me now? Now you're going to respect me because I say that I was in the military? Why do I have to go fight in a war? Why do I have to go fight in a war to have respect? That's crazy. You say, did I have to change states? No, I didn't have to change states. They have Army Reserve units in they have reserve units. You have to be, it's specific reserve units to specific things. So you may have to be in a reserve unit that's far away, but not usually. My favorite MRE package, that's the meal ready to eat. I actually wanted to get a meal ready to eat for stream, not this stream. I'll do it another time. But I actually wanted to do an MRE package for stream. And basically, the MRE package was not that bad. They're not bad to eat, right? And my favorite one was the chili. Is it chili? Because it's nothing but like meat and just chili. My favorite one was chili. And I used to love the peanut butter and crackers out of them, and they came with M&Ms sometimes. And sometimes I would eat the cakes out of there. Sometimes they come with cakes, so I eat the cake. The tuna, everyone loved to get the tuna one because it's basically just a regular package of tuna. Let's see what else was good. I have to look it up. I need to order some MREs for the chat. That's what I'll do. I'll order some MREs for the chat. Elbow mac? No, I don't know about the elbow mac. How long was my military contract for? My first military contract was for 6 years, right? It was for 6 years. And I re-enlisted with that contract for 3 years, right? So after those 3 years, I was done. It ended up being bad for me because I ended up promoting as a sergeant, but when they promoted me as a sergeant, they had me stationed in Atlanta, but I was living in Orlando. So I was driving to Atlanta like every month, once a month. I was going to Atlanta, and no one wanted, and I was new at my job. I was new at the job at the prison, and no one really wanted to work with me. So my job was being asshole about my schedule, and then my unit was being an asshole about my schedule because I was new in both places. They just thought I was someone who didn't want to work. So my job would have me like getting off at 12 a.m. in the morning. They would have me get off at 12 a.m. in the morning sometimes, and then I would have to be in my unit in Atlanta at 7 a.m. in the morning to be there on time. They did not want to work with me. I think it was just two people thinking I was new, and just, you know how like someone's new so you don't know them. So I think that because they were all new and they didn't know me, they felt like, you know. Well, let me try to pin that one, Fusion. Ugh. How come I can't pin it? Oh, there we go. Oh wait, why is it not have me pin? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go back. Yes, so I think that so I think that because they both didn't know me, that they thought that I was just playing games. They thought I was like playing games with them, like I don't know why. Or I just was trying to get out on work or whatever. I have no idea, but my job didn't want to work with me, and they didn't want to work with me. Let's see. Let's keep going. And did I feel any sexism towards while I was in the military? Definitely. There was a lot of sexism going on. Sometimes I understood it, you know. Yeah, sometimes I understood it. It was a little like I got it. I understood it. I was just a young girl when I got in, right? I was a young girl that was 18 when I got in. So I didn't know a lot of stuff about the military. I wasn't strong. I just got in to get in. So sometimes I understood, you know, people that had like sexism, like they didn't want to work with a lot of females. They didn't really, like if we were doing a training exercise, they didn't really want women to be on their teams. But whenever I got like in my 20, whenever I got like 22, 23, I wanted to be more serious. I wanted to like, you know, improve my career. And I was wanting to like do certain training exercises. I could see where guys would look at me being a girl wanting to do like, you know, certain training exercises because I wanted the money. And they would say no. And then they would choose some other guys. They would choose a guy to do it. But yeah, sometimes the Army has where you can like go somewhere and train for a week or whatever to do a certain classes that you can do in the Army. And you make money with those training classes. The classes are pretty, you know, easy and no one's doing anything but learning. But a lot of times they didn't give those opportunities to, you know, anyone. They would give it to their friends. They would give it to guys. So, you know, that was only sexism I feel like I got, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't so much. Sometimes I got it, and sometimes, you know, we all kind of like, oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. And sometimes it's just favoritism. It's not necessarily sexism, it's favoritism. So that's a lot of what it is, because they wouldn't let anyone get it. They would let their friends do it, or like their favorites. The favorites do those courses. So but thank you, Gold Lux, for subscribing. Thank you. I did not go to military college. I'm not a recruiter. And you say that you have a mandatory military or civil service for men and a voluntary system for women? I don't know how I would feel about that. I think that, I don't know. Do I feel like everyone should do that? A mandatory military? I don't know. Because I feel like if it's not for you, it's not for you, right? I don't think you're gonna learn too much from it. I don't think people learn too much from it if they're not into it anyways, right? Because there are a lot of people who didn't learn even when they wanted to be there, so. You don't even have, like, taking people with year-round allergies. Yeah, they don't like taking a lot of people in the military. And does the military still offer the buddy program? Good question. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I'm not a recruiter, so I don't know if they still do the buddy program or not. I think maybe in certain places, maybe so, but I think it's better to just go by yourself. When I was trying to get in, I was trying to go with my best friend. She was able to go before me because she was 18, and you know, she didn't have to wait on her mother's signature. So she was able to go before me, and when she came back and she said, yeah, I'm getting $20,000, that's what my contract says. I was like, there's no way this girl's about to go and make $20,000 without me. Like, I need my money too. So I went and I begged my mom to sign me up. So yeah, I couldn't go with her. We couldn't do basic training together. I literally cried. I cried when they told me we couldn't go to school at the same time in front of everybody because I didn't want to go by myself. But you know, it was better for me to go by myself. She made her friends. I made my friends. So, you know, I feel like it's something you have to do by yourself. And I feel like because of that, I was able to get out of my shell. I was very shy. I was super shy when I was 18. So, you know, the fact that I was able to get out there and like make my own friends, that it was amazing. So, and have I ever worked with soldiers from other countries? And when I was in Afghanistan, I did. While I was in Afghanistan, the mission was to like work in prisons, right? So with the mission, basically we were trying to turn this American prison with like Afghan nationals, people who like harmed us, right? We were trying to turn it into an Afghan prison. So we were training them. My unit was training them, not me. Well, I guess in a way. But my unit was training them to run the prison, right? And you know, it's just different cultures, right? The cultures are different. So it was kind of difficult to do so, but I worked with them while doing supply drops. I didn't work in the prison every day. I was delivering supplies, making sure they had the supplies they needed, and I would work with them doing that. So I worked with them during supply drops, but they didn't speak. It was very little. They didn't speak any English, very little. And when they did speak English, I would be scared of them. I was scared of them when they spoke English because I'm like, how do they know English? Who do they work for? They work for more than Americans. So they barely spoke English. Oh my gosh, they barely spoke English. And I didn't speak any, I don't even know what language it was. I didn't even know what language it was. I barely spoke it. We did do like language courses to learn, you know, basic words, but I didn't even learn any of the language. It was really difficult. Farsi, yes, it's Farsi. I didn't learn any Farsi. Yes, Farsi is what we did like a course to learn Farsi, and yeah, I don't remember any of it. I didn't remember any of it then, and I barely even remember the name of it now, so thank you for saying Farsi. I know it's Farsi now, but yeah, no. Um. Okay. Have a good workout. And what degree did I get? I have my criminal justice degree, and well, I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, right? Bachelor's in criminal justice, and then I have a master's in human services. And no one knows what human services is, so I'll explain it. Yes, Farsi and Pashto. Yes, it's both. We did a course for both of them, Pashto, but I don't remember any of them. But yeah, so a human services degree is the study of communities. You know, basically what my job would be if I were to get a job in community in human services is that I would be like a community service representative. So I probably may plan events or something that would stop kids from entering prison or something like that. I would do something to improve communities. So that would be my job. I would be like setting up a program or something to help communities, you know, to be better, to stop the entry into prisons, into gangs and stuff like that. So that would be my job. Like a overall, like big, it would be like a big project, not like something like I don't know, maybe not like a one program. It would be something to help out the communities as a whole to make them better. So that's what I went to school for. Okay. And I remember seeing one job. No, it's not a counselor. I remember seeing one job like that on USA Jobs. And I think they paid like $50K a year, but it was like for the police station or something. It was like something for the police. And basically you'd be helping out the communities. You stop them from re-entering into jail and stuff like that. You'd be like doing events for the community, you know. Community projects, that's what it would be. You're the person who sets up the event. You set up the event, you know. That's what it is, you know. So that's it. Let's see. Am I good at running? No, I suck at running. I'm a horrible runner. I'm not a great runner. I hated every PT test, every physical fitness test that I ever had to do. I hated it. I actually, like, when people say we have to do a physical fitness test, it makes my stomach hurt. And it never changed anything. Like, my stomach always hurt before a physical fitness test. I always hated it. I always did. I never liked it. I was never ready for one. And what happened, I used to always kind of like almost fail my running part, or I would fail it. I used to always almost fail, or I would fail it by like 20 seconds, 30 seconds or so. So I always like hated that physical fitness test, but you escaped it. Yeah, good. That's good that you escaped it. Because I hated it. I really hated it. I hated running. I don't mind running. I don't mind doing like a jog. I don't mind doing the 30-second jog and the 30-second walk or something like that. 30, 60, 20. What do they call it? I don't know. 61 20s, 31, 30 60s. 30 60s. What they? I don't mind doing stuff like that, but to run, oh, I hated it. But I always did it. I always hated it. And I actually, that was one thing, is because I was not a quitter and I did not like try to back out and do sick call all the time. I never did sick call. I went to sick call once because it was too cold. I went there once, but that's one thing. Like if I ever wanted to do like a disability or something like that, like try to claim it, it would be hard because I never went to sick call. I have no like sick call receipts, nothing like that. I have none of it. So I never backed down. Okay, I would go to PT. I would go to physical fitness in the morning. I hated it, but I did it. I hate working out, but I do it. You know, it's just, it is what it is. Who likes to feel bad? Like, who likes to feel pain? Let's see. How's it holidays look like? You say reservist is part-time too? The reservist is part-time. Yes, it's 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year. That 2 weeks eventually somehow turned into 21 days. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. They will give you orders for 21 days when it's supposed to be 2 weeks. That's one reason why I ended up getting out. Did I have to do the duck walk for the physical exam prior to joining? Yes. And because of the duck, no, it wasn't the duck walk. I almost didn't get in, y'all. When I joined at 18, they have you do a duck walk, right? They have you do, like, you have to kick your leg out and stuff. And because I didn't know how to do it, I'm so uncoordinated. They were like, you keep playing, you're not gonna get in. So I almost didn't get in. Because I couldn't kick my leg out right. Like, I didn't know what they were saying. You have to, like, stand up. Let's see if I stand up real quick. Let's see. All right, you have to, like, stand up, and then they want you to, like, I don't know, kick your leg out like that or something. I don't know. They want you to, like, kick your leg out like that. And I didn't know what they were having me do, so I thought it was funny. And they're like, yeah, you keep laughing, you're not gonna get in. But it's serious trying to get in. The duck walk is serious. You have to do the duck walk. Yeah, it's crazy because you don't realize how serious it is, but it's kind of serious. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you're in the process of joining the British Royal Navy and you're horrible at running. Oh, gotta get used to being horrible. Oh, you gotta get used to it. It's horrible. I tell you, it's horrible. It's so horrible. I hate running. I hate it. Like, I used to see people that did the airborne training, and they be running for miles. They be running for miles with their stuff on. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way possible. I don't think I could ever. Never. Because you join with scoliosis. I don't think so. You can't have any record of no scoliosis. They would not let you in. Probably not. But still, talk to a recruiter. Did they pay full tuition? No. The Army doesn't pay full tuition. What they pay is, they don't pay full tuition. I'm trying to think. I got financial aid, right? I got some financial aid, right? And then they do pay the percentage. But you know what they will not pay? Okay, this is what happened, y'all. This is what happened. This is why I cried at my PT test once. I had a physical fitness test and I failed my run by like 20 seconds. And for that section of the year, they did not pay my tuition. So you have to have good grades. When I was in, I don't know if it's changed, but for them to do they pay a certain amount of your tuition, if I'm correct. And then you have to have good grades, or they're gonna put you on like academic probation and they won't pay. And then also you have to pass your physical fitness test, and you can't have any flags. Can't have any flags on your account. And the flag is being in trouble with the military, if anything, and failing a PT test. So I failed and I cried because I'm like, oh, I have to pay this money for school. I wanted to cry. Oh, I did cry. I cried because I'm like, dang it. No, they won't pay, but it's okay. You know, I have financial aid, so financial aid covers some of it. So, you know, it wasn't horrible, but at the same time, I was counting on my financial aid checks. So yeah, my major was criminal justice, human services. I actually did go to, I was doing so with my master's, right? Originally I wanted to study psychology, but it got very hard at a certain point, so I switched it and changed it to human services. You guys, I've always wanted, I think everyone wants a life that's a little bit easier, so I've always chose stuff that's easy. I chose criminal justice. It's so funny thinking about like why I chose what I did. I remember I was sitting at school with my sister because I originally wanted to go to school to be a nurse, and I knew I was not gonna be able to pass college algebra. Everyone has to take that 1101. Is everyone the same? 1101 college algebra. And I knew I was gonna fail it. So I was like, I need to find the easiest degree I can get to go through college. And my sister was like, well, you should try sociology. That's a football degree. And I'm like, sociology? What's that? Like social work? She said, yeah, I think so. And then I was like, okay, well, and she was like, and also criminal justice. That's also like a football degree. You should do criminal justice. That's the easy one. And I said, what's that? Can I work with young kids or something? And she said, yeah. So that's why I went and changed my degree automatically to criminal justice. So I know you guys think like, oh, some thought. I didn't put much thought into it, but I finish out. I finished whatever I start. Okay, I finished it. I gotta follow through, so that's what I did. I followed through with my degree, and I got my degree in criminal justice. So, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I wanted to work with kids, and what happened was I actually went to work at a juvenile prison around the time I was completing my degree, because I was like, you know what, I can work in probation. I wanted to be a probation officer, and I went to this juvenile detention center to work with those kids. They never called me back. So then I went to a female prison to see if they would hire me, and they hired me right away because no one wants to work with the female inmates, and they were crazy and they threatened to kill me all the time. But I ended up working there, so that's why I ended up doing that work. Yes, and I'm happy. I feel like I was saved, because juveniles are way worse than, oh my gosh, they're way worse than females. They're way worse. So yeah, so that's how I ended up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. But yeah, that's how I ended up doing it. It's not that deep, Sometimes I know it's like dangerous. A lot of the stuff that I've chosen to do is dangerous, but in reality, it's kind of like, I don't know. I felt like I was getting over on someone by doing it at the same time. I felt like I was getting over, like, wow, I'll get paid what? Oh, well, what? I get $20,000 just to get in? Give it to me. Sign me up. So it was, I don't know. I just did it, I didn't think too much about it. And you said it's sad that the military seems to be the only real option for many to go to college. I mean, now that I look back at it, it does seem sad, right? Because, there are a lot of people who don't have the same military route as me, who don't choose supply, who don't choose the easy units, the easy stuff to get out. Like, it's people that choose like real infantry jobs, and they don't have the same story. And a lot of times the Gen Z, they kind of made a point that the military goes out to these like rural areas with people who don't have a lot. Like, my mom had 10 kids. We didn't have a lot. They go out to these areas, and they go out pursuing people who they know don't have a lot of money, and they give you your ticket to middle class with the army. And when you think about it, it is kind of sad. It is kind of sad when you think about it. And just think, I was, 18. Me and all my friends are 18. We're all from the country areas, parts of Georgia. At the same time, it did change our lives. I don't know what route that I would be in now if, I didn't join the military. So in a way, it did change our lives. I can't look back at it and say it was horrible, but I know a lot of people don't have the same story. So it is a bit sad. It's sad, but at the same time, it actually was a good thing for me. I know it's a good thing for, it's for a lot of other people that I know. A lot of my friends are still in, so it can't be the worst thing. It's not the worst thing, but when you think about it, you can look at it in a bad way, but it does give you a good opportunity. So, you said it's also sad if you're poor, you can't support 10. Well, you can say that, but some people want to have 10 kids. You can say that all you want to. Isn't the government banning abortion in certain places? So, yeah, it is what it is. You know what? I feel like you just talked about my mama, so I'm gonna ban you. I feel like you just talked about my mama, but get out of here. But anyways, it is what it is. My mom wanted to have 10 kids. She wanted to have them, and she supported all of her kids. Okay, college should not be that expensive. In a lot of places, college is free. So it is what it is. And a lot of other people who join the military, they're not joining because their mom had 10 kids, believe it or not. They're joining because they don't have a lot of money and their mom can't support them to go to college. So let's also say that. Why stop at 10? She just wanted 10. My mom came from her mom had 12. No, in a lot of places, college is free. Not in the U.S. Not in the U.S. College is not free in the U.S. It's free in a lot of other places, a lot of other countries. So anyways, your mom had 4 kids? Okay, 4 kids is a lot. No twins. Oh, thank you for the raid. Hello, welcome raiders. Welcome, thank you. But yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, it's sad that they do seek people. They don't just seek women with 10 kids to get into the military. In general, what they're seeking are 18-year-old kids. They're seeking 18-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids. You can join the army at 17. They're seeking 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids that are from rural areas. They're not seeking 17 to 18-year-old kids from your private schools or the rich areas of town. They're going to those areas where they know the kids are gonna need help and support. So in a way, it does seem bad for them, but it wasn't bad for me. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It wasn't bad for me, so in a way, I'm happy that someone did come and talk to me. Yes, they also go to college kids looking to get out of student debt as well. Yes, it is hard to believe that you can enlist before you can buy alcohol, anything. You can enlist whenever. Well, 18. You just have to be ready to go to basic the next year, go to your job training. So you basically do a split. You can go at 17 and then you go to basic training. You go back to high school for a year, and then you go to your job training when you turn 18. So yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, one thing that I carried over, the biggest thing I think the military helped me with was getting a house. I didn't have to pay a down payment on my house, so that's a good thing with the military. They get the VA home loan. So because I'm a veteran, I can go buy another home without paying money down, whatever, so it's good. You don't have to pay the money down. But you do have a large monthly payment, so you want to pay something. So that's a good thing. All right, let's go. I'll get some water. What are some habits that you kept from your time? Some habits that I have from the army. I don't think I have any habits. That's a good question, but I don't think I have any habits. No, I don't think I got any bad habits from the army. I don't think I got any bad habits. If anything, with the army, one thing I learned a lot was to respect your superior, respect people higher up. So it was kind of hard for me to transition to my job that I was working at because you had to kind of talk back to them in order to get respect. So that was new for me to have to do that at the job that I was at before. But other than that, I guess respecting my higher up, someone in a better position than me. No, I don't still fold my socks or anything. No, I don't do any habits. I don't do anything that's I don't do anything that's crazy. Jambalaya MRE? I don't think I've tried the jambalaya MRE. And yes, I was in Afghanistan. I talked about that earlier, that I was in Afghanistan for the military. I was there for 9 months. Before I deployed to Afghanistan, I was actually planning to go to Afghanistan for 12 months. They were doing 12 months of military service there, right? But they changed it right before I got there from 12 months to 9 months. So I remember being very upset because I wanted all my money. I wanted 12 months of deployment pay, but they only gave me 9. So I was actually there trying to stay longer. I was there hoping they would keep me for longer. So it was only 9 months, and you get your deployment pay. I think when you get deployment pay, it was close to about $4,000 a month. I was an E4. So it was about $4,000 a month, that I got paid, but you don't pay any bills while you're there. You don't pay any bills, and it wasn't bad. I was 23, and tax free, and it's tax free. That's true. So So I was 23, 24, no bills, getting money. When I came back, I bought my first car. Well, not my first car, the first car that I bought. And it was a Chrysler. I wanted a Chrysler 300. It was a 2012 Chrysler 300, and that's what I bought. I still have it. I still have my car. I don't know. I never drive it, but I still have it. So that's the first thing I wanted, and I bought it, you know? So yeah, that's what I bought. I saved all my money and bought that. And then I moved to Atlanta. So I bought it all. And I bought it all, and then I moved to Atlanta get my apartment in Atlanta and all that, you know. So that's why some people know that I lived in Atlanta for a year, you know. I should have put it all in Bitcoin. Maybe I should have. That would have been great, but I didn't know anything about Bitcoin then. Let's see. Biggest weapon I fired. Oh, someone mentioned that. The biggest weapon I fired like grenade launchers, but it was just in training. So the army, they do like is it yearly or like every few years or so? Every few years or so, they send you to these like really fun classes where you have all these really big guns and you have to like learn how to take them apart and put them together and everything like that, and you learn how to shoot them. But that was like every now and then. So I have shot like some really big guns, like really big ones, but never like, you know, for real life. Never like, you know, I never had to carry some around. No, I never got to use the tank. So I have pics from back then. Let's see if I can find some pics from back then. Actually, you know what? I can pick it up on my phone. Let's see. I look so cute in this one. I have to show you guys. Every now and then I'll show like some old photos, but baby, this is what you came for. Alright, let's save these photos. Which ones are my friends? I used to love taking pictures in my uniform too. I thought it was so cute, you know? Let's see. Can you hold me down for one night like I got these strikes? Okay. One second. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Okay. There is one. Oh, wait. All the way up there. Here is one when I was... Here's one when I was in Afghanistan in my barracks. Why is it so blurry? Oh, why is it so blurry? Okay, hold on. Come on. It's so blurry. Oh, no, it's not gonna zoom in. Come on, focus. Let's see if I change the focus of the camera quality. That's it. That's better. No. I'm gonna have to put them up at the I'm gonna have to put my hand behind the phone horizontally. What does that mean? No, you guys still can't see it. still not clear. Why is it this camera like that? Cover my face because the camera's... Okay, hold on. Maybe I can do it with a paint camera. Let's change this back. Why's that not changing that? Come on. Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. Alright, let's do this one. I'll do this one. This one's better. Okay. This one's better. Let's see. Oh. There we go. Here's one here. You guys see that? This is me when I was in Afghanistan. And then let's see. Let's find another one. This was me and my friends leaving Afghanistan, you know. I'm like, where am I at? Where am I at? Oh, I'm back there. Y'all see me back there? Y'all can't even see who I am, right? Can't even tell who I am. Can't even tell. Which one am I? This was in 2013, y'all. Oh my gosh, time flies. This was over 10 years ago. We were leaving Afghanistan. This was also me leaving Afghanistan as well. This is me leaving Afghanistan. I was dealing with my weapon. My friend just randomly took that picture. So, oh wait, come on. There we go. There we go. Whew. And then, let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. I used to love to like take selfies with my I used to love taking selfies. So this is me, one of my selfies I used to love to take. Oh shoot, come on. There we go. But this one is selfies I used to love taking. In my uniform. So I used to love taking selfies. Okay, let's go back to just chatting. So yeah, that was cool. Anyway, I used to, oh, thank you for rating. Thank you, Penny. Wait, I need to say this name right. Penny Bean. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, Raiders. So, those are my pics from back then. I may have a few more. Oh, you want to know my favorite picture from back then? I have to show you guys. Gosh, I love this picture from back then. The only thing I hate about this picture is that my ex was in it, but I don't care who I date. I don't care, like, you know, I'm gonna always have this picture of my ex because this was actually when like one of my exes was leaving Afghanistan, and we were like taking pictures of him, and then the local nationals wanted to get into the national locals wanted to get into this picture, and it was like so many of them. It was so cool because that was like the first time I really interacted with them. So like they all wanted to get in the picture, so I went ahead and I took a picture with all of them. So I hopped in with them because I'm like, wow, I get to take a picture with them. So anyways, they were so happy. We were all happy, and I still have this picture of him on my page, and I don't care. This is the picture. Oh wait, why am I showing the hold on. Hold on, you guys can't see that, but this is a picture with them. This is me down there. I'm so happy. With the local nationals, you know, that's like the most memorable picture, you know. So yeah, that's why it won't be deleted, you know. It won't be deleted. It's not going anywhere. So that was my favorite picture ever. I also have another one when me and my friends were leaving. Me and my friend was leaving. Okay, so me and my friend was leaving. And the funny thing about this picture, guys, is that like me and my friend look so happy in this picture. Oh shoot, I keep showing you guys. Me and my friend look so happy in this picture, right? But the funny thing about this picture is that like, oh, we got demoted, y'all. We got demoted. Oh dang, it's frozen. But we literally got in trouble while we were in Afghanistan. I didn't even tell you guys that story, so I guess I might as well. No one even asked if I got in any trouble. No one asked me if I got in any trouble in the military. I got in trouble, y'all. One time, me and my friends were in Afghanistan, and we loved going to hip hop night. We went to hip hop night like almost every Friday. Sometimes we would fight, like, because I worked at nighttime, so sometimes we would fight about who's going to, sometimes we would fight about who's gonna go to hip hop night, because it was such a fun time. We used to love to go and dance and everything and flirt with the guys. It was just, it made me feel like I was like back in the US. I felt normal. So anyways, we would go and they started making us take our weapons. We would go. They wanted us to take our weapons everywhere in Afghanistan. Everywhere we went, we had to take our weapons with us. It was big, as you guys see. I'll show you guys again. This big gun we had to carry with us everywhere in Afghanistan. See this big gun we have on? We had to take those everywhere with us, okay? Everywhere. If you're going anywhere, everywhere throughout Afghanistan, you have to have this big gun with 40 rounds in it. It was just too much, okay? Who wants to go and dance with this big gun? So we used to leave them in our room with our roommate, So anyways, we would leave them in our room with our roommate. So they caught us leaving our guns in our room with our roommate, and they saw us with they saw us with our weapons. They made us take them with us. So we ended up taking them with us, and then when we started taking them to hip hop night, they would put them in an area with tons of other weapons. Like, it would be like 50 other weapons just sitting out, and we'd have to find our weapon at the end. So instead of doing that, y'all, instead of putting our weapon with 50 other weapons, we would leave our weapons. We left our weapons in a van. We left them in a van. So we did that, and we probably did it 2 times without getting caught. We did it 2 times without getting caught, and then the 3rd time we did it, the MPs broke inside of our vans. The military police broke inside of our van and got our weapons. They got our weapons out, and they told us to come get them. So we had to come go get our weapons, and we got in trouble. So we got in trouble for it. We were both E4s, and we ended up being E2s. We went down 2 ranks. We owed the government money. We owed the government money after it all because they were paying us E4 pay, then we had to pay them back, whatever it all. It was at the end of Afghanistan, so I actually was not upset. It was at the end. It was like literally right at the end. And everyone in my unit was mad at us. And they were all mad at us, but I'm like, all of you guys did it literally last month with us. So it was just, everyone did it, but it was just because we got caught this time. They got mad because they couldn't go anywhere anymore because of us. They were on lockdown. They were on lockdown because of us. So that was my only time I got in trouble. Yeah, that's the thing. I felt like my gun was safer in the room. I felt like my gun was safer in the room, and so we actually got in trouble. We got knocked down our ranks, and there were people who left their gun in the bathroom in wide open places, and that didn't get in trouble, okay? When I tell you, people leave their guns all the time in different places. Not that it's, not when I think about it, it's crazy now, but at that moment, we were not the only people leaving our guns in places, okay? Because that gun, you take it everywhere, okay? So people were leaving their guns in all kind of places, okay? Okay? We weren't the only ones. We were the only ones who got in trouble, but, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. It's done and over with now. So let's see what's the next one? That was so that's the pics from back then. And yes, I was supply for a military unit. That was what I did. And the hardest physical exercise I would say is probably running. I hate running. Oh, you say your older brother was in the Air Force and wanted you to go in. And your mom thought it was bad. Oh, I feel like the Air Force may be the easiest. Someone asked, did I save my $25,000 bonus? My $20,000 bonus? Of course not. You know, I didn't like spend it crazy, no, because I was in college. I didn't have a lot to spend $20,000 on. So of course I had like I had an apartment, had a regular basic apartment. I had a basic, had a basic apartment. I had a basic car, in college and everything. So I didn't have anything. I just wanted to save it. So I kind of saved it. Not all of it though. Not all of it. Be your drill instructor. Maybe one day I can do a military workout with you guys. But I hate showing people how I work out because I feel so uncoordinated. No shooting. No, I never really shot. We did weapons training all the time. We did weapons training all the time, Hey, when you and Spaghetti, you say you're gonna leave your rifle in the van while dancing. A lot of people leave their guns in their car, or they lock it in their car and they leave. A lot of people leave their guns in cars. Maybe not in the middle of a war zone, but they do. It's just that it wasn't protocol. Okay. Gosh, I actually feel like it's a better chance of them not getting the gun if it's in the car opposed to on me. They could just snatch it from me. Okay. They could just snatch it from me. Okay. You made me feel good. I like you. Recruitment increasing. Okay. You guys, if you guys want to join, I don't get any bonuses from you guys joining, but maybe you can make my friend's job easier or something. Maybe you guys let me know if you want to join. I'll send you to my friend. She'll get her quota for the month very easy. Did I have to do an obstacle course? In basic training, you do a lot of obstacle courses. It's not like any of them are easier or harder or anything, but you do a lot of obstacle courses in basic training, So, yeah. I think it makes it easier. When did I get my degree? I got my bachelor's degree in 2015, and I think I got my master's in 2017. So yeah. It was a while ago. Weekend warriors are only for selected reserves. IRR is just 2 weeks a year. Oh no, well, weekend warriors are for selected reserves, but IRR, I don't do anything for a year. I go in like once every year, or I think I go in once every 2 years to update my information. That's it. And then they asked me if I want to get back in. So I went in maybe last year. Yeah, IRR is just a status. I go in once every couple years to update my information. And they pay me 4 hours when I go, so that's about it though. I don't have to show up at all. I mean, maybe that I need to show up if I want to, I don't know. I should just be a good person to show up, right? I don't want to make anyone's job harder because I'm being an ass, So it's good to go. Good to show up. What do you mean leaving my weapon in a vehicle unattended? What'd you say? Let's see. Wait. What'd you say about me? Oh wait, I'm still strolling down, y'all. I'm late, but it's good that I'm late because I actually have questions. My questions. I asked for people for questions on Instagram, and no one said anything. People just kept. I don't know what people were saying on my Instagram. That's why I don't do Q&As. I don't even see how girls do Q&As on Instagram stories because I never get good questions. Do I still do some of my army workouts? No, I do not. I do not do any of my army workouts. I do workouts with random crazy people on YouTube. And that's what workouts I do. I don't do anything else. I just, don't want to, yeah, Army workouts is so dry and bland and like, I could try to show you guys, maybe we can watch an Army video. It's just so bland. It's no fun. It's, it's not fun at all. And I'm not up for the Army workouts. No, not at all. No. It's just, nah. I never worked with the British Army. Oh, you said it's unrelated, but the business degree. Oh, okay. It's applied. You got 12 years. Oh, Joey 996 say you got 12 years to go. So you're gonna stay in? Are you gonna stay in for 12 more years? You gonna stay in for 12 more years? I feel like, I have 11 years in, 11 years down. I can do 9 more years. And I think at some point you do just kind of stick it out. And time does fly by regardless. So sometimes I do, when I realize how fast time just goes. Sometimes I do think like I can get in and do 9 years easy. Like, time flies by so fast. But I don't know if I want to deal with the stress. Like, I feel like the Army, if they don't like you, they don't like you. And I honestly, the years that I did get out, I was dealing with people that I felt like didn't like me. And they don't have any type of organizational ability at the place that I was at. It was disorganized. They would try to give me orders last minute to go places for 2 weeks. They would switch up the calendar. Like the last unit that I was at, it was a Army Reserve unit, and I don't know why they changed the 1 week in a month. They changed it probably like 4 times in 1 year. They would change the dates a lot. I don't know why. In my first unit, I didn't deal with anything like that. You could give your job one schedule, and that schedule would be the same for the whole year. Yeah, you said if they don't like you, do what's best for you. Yeah, but that's the thing. What was best for me was to leave, honestly. What was best for me was to leave the military. So that's why I left. That's what was best. I was just trying to stick it out, I was just trying to stick it out. I was trying to stick it out because it's like, oh, you know what? Let's stay in. Let's see. A reserve retirement? I don't even know. Do you guys even know what you would get at a reserve retirement? I don't know how much I would get. I think if I retired as a reservist who only deployed 1 time, I don't know. I think that retirement is maybe like $400 a month. I don't know if that's a lot. I have to look it up to see. I don't think it's a lot. I think people rely on getting that disability, and that's not even guaranteed. So I don't want to go and rely on the fact that I may get hurt, so it really wasn't benefiting me. I've gotten everything that I've wanted out of the Army. I've gotten my tuition paid for. I got all my stipends that I wanted in college. I got my bonus, I got the veteran home loan. I got to deploy. I got to save money to buy cars and put money in different places. So I feel like I got everything I needed out of the Army. I feel like I got everything I wanted out of them. And if I went back in, it would be to get retirement. But do I really want to go in for 9 years and to try to, for like the unit that I was at, for them to like randomly give me dates to go in, change up the schedule, and then they would call me and ask me why I'm not there. And I'm like, oh, well, no one told me when to come to drill. Like, no one gave me the dates. The date that I have is next week. Like, one time I was literally in Cancun, and they'd be like, why are you not here? And I'm like, well, the dates that I have is next weekend. It's not this weekend. So, I don't know. I don't know how I was even supposed to show up if no one's going to tell me. I didn't have, the last unit I was at, I didn't have anyone over me. And I wasn't over anyone. So I didn't have anyone that would call me and tell me what I needed to do. So it's like, how am I even supposed to know? Someone has to tell me something. I would literally have to ask other supervisors and say, hey, what are we supposed to do? You said that's what happened at your job? They didn't put me in the mailing list or anything. So, and this is the thing, I would, if I actually knew about stuff, I would be like, if I knew about the meetings, I would say, hey, you guys had a meeting, did anything change? But they didn't even tell me there were meetings. They would change stuff and they wouldn't say anything. So like I said, I was literally out of the country and they're like, hey, why are you not at drill? Am I supposed to be at drill? Because my schedule say next month, like next week. So that's how things went for me. It was just, I was tired of it. And people looked at me like I was like people are looking at me like I'm a scumbag. Like I just don't want to show up and I'm making the numbers look bad. So I just was like, it was a big lack of communication all the time. They would literally, one time I showed up to drill and I showed up at the unit that we go to and everyone's like, oh, well, why are you there? You should be here at this address. We're here at this address for training. So I literally showed up 30 minutes away from where we're supposed to be. Now I'm showing up late. Now I get there, everyone's gonna ask why I'm late when I didn't get any information on where I'm supposed to be. And then I'm reaching out to people and saying, hey, no one's contacted me. Can you send me the information when you send it out to your team? No one still sent me anything. I just said forget it. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron, for cheering. I appreciate it. Thank you. So you know what? It was a big lack of communication. I was tired of it. I was over it. I have other stuff going on outside of content creation. So I was just so sick. I was tired. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I just said forget it. Maybe I'll get back in. So right now I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. Yeah. Had a case? Maybe. I mean, nothing ever transpired out of it. And also, the second time I got back in, so I got back in 2020 because, I don't know, things happened and I wanted to be sure that I was going to have money coming in and my job wasn't giving as much overtime. So I was like, you know what? I'll get back in. I also wanted at my job, I wanted to be a drug treatment specialist at my job at the prison. So I was like, if I get back in the Army, I always have a strategy. So I was thinking, if I got back in the Army, then I could put on my resume that I'm doing like classes about drugs, put that on my resume. So that's one reason why I wanted to get back in, so I can say, hey, I'm doing classes to soldiers. I have people that I supervise. So I wanted to put that on my resume that I'm giving out drug classes. And I was gonna try to put in to be a drug treatment specialist at my job, right? As experience. So anyways, that's one of the reasons I wanted to get back in. I was working for the government. So when you work for the government and the Army, you get military time, you get government time. And I will always get extra, I don't know. It just always was, it was just gonna be more beneficial. So that's why I got back in 2020. And the best thing about me trying to get back in 2020 was they were offering a $20,000 bonus at the time. So I was like, okay, sure, I get a $20,000 bonus. I was so excited to get the $20,000 bonus. You know that these people never gave me a bonus. I was waiting. I sent information. I sent more information, more and more and more. Like, hey, listen, the contract says I'm supposed to get $20,000. They never sent it. And I never got it. So I was ready to get out. They never sent me the money. So I didn't even have to pay it back. Whenever I sent my paperwork in, I was like, listen, I was supposed to get another bonus and you guys never sent it to me. So can I just get out? I was literally like, oh, can I just get out? Can I just get out for now? So that's what happened. I told them I was busy. I couldn't show up. And so yeah, they let me get out and I didn't have to pay anything back because they never gave anything. Maybe one day that my $20,000 bonus will show up, but then I'll have to pay it back, so it doesn't matter, Okay. Let's see. Let's go to more questions. College students listen. Was I treated different for being a woman? Not really. No, I wasn't treated that differently because my unit was a supply unit and we had a lot of women as well. I forgot to say that. Someone asked that question earlier, but we had a lot of women in my unit as well. Okay, like my unit was raining women. It was a military police unit, but I forgot what type of unit it was. It was a company, a battalion level company. It's different. Like they have different levels. Sometimes they're more higher ups or whatever, or more. I don't know. We had everything, but we had half military police, and then we had half support. So mostly women like to take over those support jobs. So you have a lot of women that do the supply, a lot of women that do human resources, yeah, a lot of women who do the IT, and then you have a lot of women. What else do you have for support? Support is supply, human resources. I'm trying to think something else. That's about it, I think. Supply, human resources, IT, and I don't know. What else? What else are we? I mean, you have chaplain's assistant, right? Medical. Yeah, you have medical too. A lot of women in medical. Cooks. Oh my gosh, there's so many women in cooks. Cooks is like equal though. You have a lot of men and women that are in the cook area. Yeah. So yeah, you have a lot of cooks. So we had a lot of women. We had a lot of people dating each other. Like I said, I had a boyfriend while I was in. Actually, my boyfriend wasn't in the army. My first boyfriend was in the army, and then I met a guy when me and I got broke up, and I had another boyfriend that was in the army. So I had a boyfriend. But yeah, we were in the same unit. So yeah, With that being said, yes. So no wasn't that bad. Yeah, fraternizing is serious. Yes, I have had boyfriends. I'm 33. I've had boyfriends, okay? Believe me. It would be crazy for me not to have boyfriends. And if you're the type of person who don't have girlfriends, I don't know, maybe I think it's better to be single, honestly. I wouldn't recommend it. See, I'm still single, so don't rush into a relationship because you feel like you need to be in one. Don't rush into it. I felt like I needed a boyfriend. I don't know what a barracks bunny is, so I guess I wasn't a barracks bunny. What is a barracks bunny? I've never heard of that term before. Favorite alcohol. I can't talk about favorite alcohol. We're talking about military. We're doing all military Q&A today. You want to know why we're doing all military? Because I get a lot of people that pop onto my stream and they see that I was in the military and they want to ask a question, and I don't want to talk about the same thing like every stream or so that's why I'm doing everything now. And that way, if anyone has any questions, this is going to be saved. This is going to be like in a highlighted stream. I'm going to keep it in the VODs. And I'm also going to put it on YouTube. So I have to remember to take a picture, like smiling or whatever. So I have to also put this on YouTube. So it's going to be in a place that you guys can see it. So now we have all the military questions out the way. And we can talk about new stuff, like Kendrick and Drake beefing with each other. We can talk about new stuff like that all the time, new celebrity gossip and stuff. Let's see. How long have I been out? I got out in 2022, I think, y'all. I think it was 2022. That's when I'm still in, okay? But I got into the individual ready reserve. In 2022 because it was too much for me. The military was too much. Yeah, so it was just too much to do. And eventually I told the military that because I'm in the reserves and I'm busy on the weekends that they need me, and I'm busy the 2 weeks out of the week, I would have to pay people to do the jobs that, I would have to pay people to do my job, which means that I'm losing money to be in the military. So it's causing a financial hardship. It was causing stress. I was too busy, and that's basically, they allowed me to be in the individual ready reserve because they would rather have me just saying that I can't be in and them being okay with that, opposed to me just not showing up, I didn't buy any cars overseas. And Afghanistan was scary, but you know, you kind of get used to it. You know, it's just a war zone. I mean, it is a war zone. It is a war zone. But when you go 1 week in a month, you're probably getting at an E5. And I don't know how much time in. Oh, thank you. I've been getting a lot of raiders today. Thank you for raiding. Welcome, raiders. I think I got about close to like $300 for a weekend, 2 days. For 2 days, for 2 days, and for probably about 10 hours each day is maybe about 300, right? 200 and something with taxes and stuff taken out. Yeah, it was probably about 250, 300. I don't know, y'all. It was a while ago. And when you go for the 2 weeks, everyone was ready to go for 2 weeks. I was ready to go for 2 weeks out of the year too. You want to know why? Because whenever I got back in the second time, I got paid double. I got paid my military pay, and I got paid by the government, so I got paid twice. So I was ready to go still because I was gonna get an additional check. So if you're working a government job, I would say joining the reserves could be beneficial because you get a little extra money, and you get extra leave. And sometimes, like me, I always try to look for the chill assignments and chill things to do. So you kind of just chilling, you know, and yeah, you're getting money. So yeah, I don't try to always look for the easy way, because of course I'm in, but you know. And you said the UK was recently talking about bringing back compulsory national service. Oh, like making it mandatory? National service? What is compulsory national service? Like mandatory service? What is that? I have to look up that. Mandatory. Oh, mandatory service. I don't know, because with the army or with the military in the US, it's difficult to get in. They don't let anyone in. You can't have certain health problems. You can't have certain disabilities. You can't have certain. So I don't know how that would even work. Yeah, I don't know. And there's so many people in the military, like so many people who want to get in to where they don't allow them to get in. Maybe they will let, I don't know, maybe they should just be more lenient with letting people in with certain things. I don't know. The army's more lenient with, oh no, they're not. They're not. They're not at all. They don't let anyone in though. They don't let anyone in. You if you have something wrong with you, they may kick you out. They're not letting anyone in. Oh, a majority of the world have mandatory services. Okay. No, I don't think that they should do that. I don't think they should do mandatory service. Yeah, no, I don't think that. Yeah. You can't say anything. When you sign up, like, when you go to MEPS, the Military and Processing Center, that's one thing the recruiter will tell you. It's no, none, and never. No, none, never. No, none, never. No surgeries. I don't have none of any of that, and never. I've never did this. I never did that. I've never done that. No surgeries, no prior, nothing. That's the rule. No, none, and never. So I don't know. You know, you have to lie in order to get in the U.S. And even still, you have to do that duck walk and everything. So yeah. You say they kept it up. I still have my uniform. I still have equipment, y'all. Because listen, because I'm still in, I still have my equipment. I have to turn it in. I still have to turn in my equipment. So, you know, unfortunately, I still have my stuff. I have it in my garage. Oh, you say you skipped mandatory service in Norway due to allergies? Okay. Okay, I get that then. Yeah, you can't have any medical surgeries or anything. Especially, like, let's say you went and like you got a knee replacement or something, or I don't know, you broke your arm and you had to, I don't know, change something, you're done. Don't even try to, don't even try to get in because you're not. Yeah, no. Okay. You soon to turn 18 in 4 days. You're thinking about the Marines? Oh, well, this stream is not 18 plus, but Twitch said that usually my streams are 18 plus. But I will talk to you because today people under 18 can be in here, but this is not welcome to anyone under 18. Okay, my streams are not welcome to you guys. But would I recommend the Marines? I recommend the Marines if you want to, like, beat your chest about something. If you want to, like, feel like you're stronger and better than people. That's about it. That's all the Marine is, because they don't have a better life and they receive the same pay. But I don't think, if you want to be, deal with, other people. I don't know. Not that I don't like Marines at all. It's not that I don't like Marines. I just feel like with the Marines, it's no. It's not like that. It's not like I don't like Marines. I just feel like there's no point. I wouldn't do all of that. I wouldn't do all of that, I just wouldn't do it. If you want a more challenge, if you want a greater physical challenge, do it. You want a greater physical challenge, you want to tell people you're a Marine, and when you say Marine, people are like, oh snap, you're a Marine. Like, Marines, but it's not that I don't like them, but they are very, they are the more it's they just do more. They do a lot more. Their training is a lot harder. Yeah, you have to want to, a Marine is a hard thing. Yes, you can't expect the Marine Corps to get you in shape. You have to be in shape. You join the Marines if you want to be the big bad Marine. That's what they are. That's what they do. They drain you more mentally and physically. Yes, they just do, but it's the same pay, and they just do harder stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I would not. I would like, for me, I feel like join the army. I feel like I feel like people should at least join the army, because if you want to change your job and then say, okay, I'm tired of this, I want to do HR, you can say I'm tired of it, and you go to HR and you can go do paperwork. You can push some paper. Or you can say, you know what, I want to be a nurse, and I can go back and be a nurse. I like that the army has a wide range of things you can do. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it is hard sometimes it's hard to change in the army, but I feel like army is better when, I don't know. I can't say it's better, I can't say it's better, because the Marines, they are better. They're the stronger, right? They're the stronger, they're the physical, they're stronger. There's nothing soft about a Marine, okay? You want that? Then do that, You say he spent 95% of his time crawling in the mud. Yeah, that sounds like a Marine. But yeah, with Marines, there's no such thing as a soft Marine. Yeah. So that's solid. But Marines are cool. It's not that I don't like them. I just would never do it. Let's see. I don't even think he's here anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to the chat here and there. Would I rather be a sniper or a medic? I'd rather be a medic. Army, I feel like with the army, you can find some chill. Yeah, with the army, I feel like... What? You say he's 16 and fakes his age? Oh, okay. What? But yeah, I feel like with the army, you can chill. You can chill. You can find some chill. I love that with the army, you may have some sucky training, but you're gonna have some training that's chill. Like the army, you're gonna find something that's chill. The Marines, I don't know about that. I don't see that. I don't know. I've never seen Marine training, but never look like they're chilling. If I ever drive by Marines training, they're never chilling, and that's what I don't like. Oh, thank you. Yeah, whenever people tell me thanks for your service, I say, yeah, thank you for your support. Or I'll just say thank you. Let's see. Was the Afghanistan the only deployment that I've had? Yes, that's the only deployment I've ever had. I haven't had any other deployments, just Afghanistan, 9 months. And yeah, that's it. Let's see. Could people tell that I was curvy? Were they surprised? People were surprised when they saw me in civvies. Like, it was a surprise for most people. I was a whole lot skinnier then, okay? When I was in the Army early years, we'll say early years. Early years, I was skinny. I was skinnier. Let's see. We can go to some skinny pictures of me. But you guys can tell that I was skinny in some of them. It was more skinny. It's more of a stick. Always curvy, but more sticky. More of a stick figure. Let's see. Let's see. People say I don't look like this picture no more, but I feel like I just wore my makeup different. But this is, let's see, one of my photos of me back in, this was 2014, so this was my good Army days. There we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that was me. I was skinny. That was like, it was like 20 pounds ago. Was it 20 pounds? Oh my gosh, y'all. That's like 25 pounds ago. So, of course, I've gotten a lot bigger since then, you know, a little thicker. I was skinny back then, okay? I was so skinny. But, you know, people, so of course, like, people who saw me outside of my uniform were like, oh wow, you know, because I didn't wear a lot of makeup, and then like I would have my hair back, and so yeah, whenever I would take off the uniform, I did look different. It wasn't like a big, like, people can see, when I put on that uniform now, people know, people saw it, people could see it in uniforms now, of course, but back then they didn't. So I did get a lot of shockers. I did have guys trying to like hit me up. I did have guys trying to hit me up when they saw me in my civilian clothes. But of course, you know, it's just guys being guys, of course. So, nothing crazy. Let's see. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. I'm reading through. 25 Bravo replacement. You guys say that the military police 25 Bravo replacement. They did change it. Like, they did change. Okay, so corrections in the military is an actual job now. They don't have MPs do that work, I think. So my unit was a military police unit, but they did corrections. So they ended up going to school to reclass to do it, I think, to be like, to actually do corrections specifically. So I don't know what they call it. But yeah, that's basically what happened, you know. What do you say? We could. You say we get these military recruiter people in your first grocery store job trying to get people in. They weren't allowed to do it. Yeah, I think they stopped allowing military recruiters to go to schools as well, because usually they're gonna target schools with people with low income. So yeah, they stopped it. So they need people for the military. So you don't wanna. That's the thing. You don't want to have a country where they're forcing people to do mandatory military time either. So it's either one or the other. But at the same time, you're not going to have a certain percentage of people where, like, your low-income people are losing their kids because they're in the military either. So everyone gets a fair share. Everyone gets a fair share of, losing a child due to military service. So maybe they'll take it more serious, have more respect for it if that's the case. But, I don't know. I don't know, because they do need people, and might as well choose the people that, if you can convince them ethically. Like, my recruiter, did he convince me ethically? No. My recruiter kind of lied. He told me and my friend that we would never, he lied to us and told us that we would never have to get deployed. We would never have to get deployed, and that they would pay for all of our college. And he even told, he lied to my friend's mom and was like, yes, I'm telling you right now, she would never be deployed. She would never be deployed because she's going to college. They would never deploy someone in college. And I remember him, lying to her, right? Straight up lying to her. So, I remember going to basic training and, the drill sergeant yelling at us. We telling the drill sergeant, oh, I'm not getting deployed. The drill sergeant was giving us war. Yeah, the drill sergeant was giving us little, military drills to do, and we were like, drill sergeant, we won't be doing this, right? Because we just doing supply, and my recruiter said that we going to school, so we won't have to do this. And they'd be like, your recruiter effing lied to you. They lied to you. That's what they did. That's what y'all here for, because y'all recruiter lied. They showed no mercy. We like, oh my gosh, we're gonna die. We gotta learn how to do this stuff because we're gonna die. So yeah, they lied. The recruiters do lie to you. He say sweet white lies don't do no time. He definitely lied. But it's okay. It ended up being a great thing because he, I remember talking to our recruiter. Me and my friend, we had a good relationship with our recruiter, and we had a good relationship with him, and he ended up saying well, I feel like if I wouldn't have lied to y'all wouldn't have joined. So I was like, did it harm y'all? Are y'all okay? We're like, well, okay, but still, you lied. You have to lie to us. He felt like he had to. Whatever. We don't hate the guy, But I have a different experience. Have I lost any friends due to deployment? I have not lost any friends due to deployments. No, I mean, no, I haven't lost any friends. I believe one of the guys that was in basic training, someone said that he died due to something deployment related, but I never got a confirmed story on exactly what happened. But I was told that. So this wasn't even a friend. This was someone that was in my basic training. In my basic training class, out of how many people were there with us? Well, it was 60 people in my platoon. So out of 60 people in my platoon, no one in my unit of 300 people, because my unit, we didn't really do anything. We didn't lose anyone in Afghanistan at all. We all came back home. While we were there were other units who lost people, due to bombings that were close by. So we didn't lose anyone, but there were people that we know that died while serving, while we were there. But, so yeah, no. I did not lose any friends due to service. So yeah. Let's see. Did I ever serve with someone that was dishonorably discharged? Yeah, I was. You know why? Because people came up hot on a P test. These people were doing drugs, and they were in the army, but the drug at the time was marijuana, and they got kicked out. They got kicked out. But that's it. No one did anything crazy. They couldn't pass a pee test. You gotta pee and pass it, okay? Many hours of sleep did I get? Normal sleep, you know. We went to bed early a lot of times. So we went to bed at like 9, sometimes 10. So anytime I was away, we got good sleep. My skincare routine, we'll talk about that another time. Oh, you just enlisted last month. You ship out at the end of the month. Yes, use the army as much as they're gonna use you. Use them, because that's what the benefits are for. They suck you in with everything you're gonna get. They show off everything you're gonna get. You're gonna get this. They show it off, right? Because they want you to think, oh, you're gonna receive all those things, and here, this is why you should join it. So guess what? You're gonna use it all. You're gonna use everything you can. That's what I think. You should use everything you can. Get everything out of it, you know? No, every dude did not hit on me, y'all. A lot of dudes did not like me. Well, not like me, but they weren't interested in me, okay? Gosh. They were not interested in me. The gym stream. I'll do a gym stream soon, y'all. The barracks bunnies. Somebody said barracks bunnies. I don't know what barracks bunnies is. I don't know what barracks bunnies is. You guys know what barracks? Yeah, I don't know what a barracks bunny is. I guess they say AIT has them. Oh, let me tell you guys too. Okay, so whenever I did my class for advanced individual training, that's your job training, right? So with the military, you have your basic training, which is like 9 weeks. And then after your basic training, you have your job training. My job training was another additional 9 weeks, right? So because there was so many girls getting pregnant in the supply class, so the supply barracks, we had guys and girls together in the barracks. We had a girl side, a guy side. There was so many girls getting pregnant and like sleeping with each other, so much fraternization. The sergeants at the time were so tired of it that they had a completely like like my class, my job training class was nothing but females. It was only females. And so we had a lot of like girls getting gay. I didn't get gay during that time, but there were a lot of girls getting gay because it was like 60 girls together. We had like 4 guys. We had 4 guys and 60 girls. So yeah, I don't know what a barracks bunny is. Those are the only times I slept in barracks with, you know, on the other side there was guys on the other side of the barracks. So, you know, the girls would probably sneak into those guys' barracks, you know, but yeah, I didn't get a chance to fraternize in my AIT because we had a platoon full of girls, okay? And I actually was so young and like so happy to like, cause I didn't have, you guys know, like I was a late bloomer. So, yeah, so I was a late bloomer. So I didn't really date anybody in high school. So I was really happy to see the guys. Like I was like, every time I saw like platoons of guys, I'd be like, hey, because we just couldn't do it. We worked. When you're in advanced individual training, you are working all day. You wake up in the morning, you do your physical fitness, and then you go to class at like 10 a.m. So you wake up early, you study a little bit before class, you go in at 10 a.m. and you're not done with class until like 9 p.m. Like you would have dinner and then you go to and then at 9 p.m. you're done. You go to sleep. You only have time to sleep, wake up, do PT. You had the weekends off partially if you actually had a pass, but we didn't have passes, you know. And actually we tried to do 7 weeks because we did 7 weeks. That's why our classes were so long, because we had to get out before Christmas. So we did 7 weeks, guys. It was like pushing pedals to the metal. pedal to the metal, guys. We didn't get that much time to fraternize. But if I did, if I would have been there for some months, you know, like maybe 5 months, I probably would have had a few boyfriends. But unfortunately, that didn't happen for me. But I was, you know, I was with a platoon full of girls. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all want me to be a barracks bunny, but no, that didn't happen. It was nothing but girls. But yeah, late bloomer is someone who, you know, you develop later. You experience a lot of things later. You don't, like, some people peak in like high school, I guess. I would say some people peak in high school. Like they have their most attractive state in high school. Like people love them a lot in high school. I didn't, you know, peak until like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at my peak right now, but you know, I didn't peak until like, I don't know, in my 20s. Like that's when I felt like guys didn't notice me until I was like 21. I feel like until I was like 21, that's when guys started noticing me. But yeah, someone asked how long this stream is gonna be. I actually planned for this stream to be 2 hours, y'all. I planned for this stream to be 2 hours and it's still going. But I want to answer everything because I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to keep, you know, I don't want to have a stream and I'm answering questions because people ask me the same questions. So I want to get it all out. This is going to be a long stream. It is what it is, you know. I want it to be 2 hours, but now it looks like it's going to turn into like 3 hours or something, you know. So let's do, no, I was not a barracks bunny. How did I escape the army? I didn't escape it. I'm kind of still in, and you know, you just have to have some real problems going on, and a lot of times they'll work with you. So let's see. Let's keep going. You're talking about Drake being body, okay? Military boyfriend versus civilian boyfriend. Who treats you better? I've only had 2 military boyfriends. And I feel like, I don't know, they're about the same. They're the same. Nothing's changed. Nothing's better. Nothing gets better. Nothing gets better. I need to go to Army sponsorship. Yeah, they need to sponsor me. Maybe the Army can have influencers. Thank you for the raid. Did I get a free Camaro? They don't give a free Camaro. Somehow everyone bought the Camaro. I didn't, but I know a lot of guys who bought a Camaro in my unit. You guys say the world has mandatory service. That's true. Yeah, with the military, it was kind of hard. It was hard to get in. It was not always hard to get in, but listen, I remember they told a lot of people before military in processing not to get in the pool because if they see water in your ear, they'll think you have an ear infection. They'll send you back home. So even having a little water in your ear or something from the pool, they'll think you got an ear infection. They'll send you back home. You can't get in. So I know the big thing is height and weight. If you're like someone who works out a lot and you're hefty or, you know, you're just built, you'll have a hard time getting into. You gotta pass height and weight. Come to the outfit. Should I go on any tours? Afghanistan. Oh, thank you for the raid. I keep getting raids today. Thank you. Welcome, raiders. What was my self-confidence like? I don't know. I can't say my self-confidence, like, actually my self-confidence improved. I used to be really shy in like grade school, and because I was forced to like build my own identity, I wasn't behind the identity of my sisters anymore. I had to, like, you know, speak up for myself and, you know, be my own person. So I will say that my self-confidence like grew crazy because I had to, you know, I had to speak up for myself and be myself. So yeah, I guess it grew, you know, if that makes sense. Did I ever drive a Humvee? Yes, I drove a Humvee. Humvee is very standard. You have to kind of get your military driver's license to drive a Humvee. It's just like driving a big car. Yeah, it's just like driving a big Jeep, basically. I have a Jeep now, and maybe that's why I got one. I don't know, but yeah, it's like driving a Jeep. I love my Jeep, actually. I like Humvees too. Humvees are just very bulky, you know. I don't know what the Space Force is. You said I look familiar because I'm still in the service. Oh, you see me in the service somewhere? You know what? The building that I used to train in, there was so many other units that I thought someone would recognize me sometimes when I used to go. Because I stopped going in 2022. And I stopped going in 2022, and I was still going to this big unit to like do my drilling. And they weren't the people in my same unit. They were like other soldiers that would see me. And I'm like, maybe one day someone will recognize me, but no one did. So I guess I'm not that popular. So guess I'm not that popular. Thank you, Ascertainment, for subscribing. Thank you. I know I'm late, but I'm getting back with the questions. Let's see. Yeah, you say never deploy in the War of Terror. You guys have to understand that I was a baby. I was 18, and I just knew that recruiter was not lying to me. Okay, like, why would he be lying? Why would the recruiter be lying to me? So I just did not expect that recruiter would be lying to me like that, because why? Why would you lie? Why would you lie? You know? I thought it would be illegal to lie. You say, why would you believe you would not be deployed if the basic tenet of the military is to kill? Exactly. Yes, but you have to think. I was 18, and for me, I guess naive. So I guess it was me being naive, young and naive. And in my mind, if they can't deploy me because I'm in the school in college, then why would he say that they would not deploy me? I would not expect a grown man with a profession that's like, you know, he's a professional guy. He has this ranking, you know. This was actually the supervisor of my recruiter. My recruiter spoke Spanish, but his English, well, he spoke English, but his English wasn't that great. So this was his supervisor that lied to my friend's mom, like straight up lied to my friend's mom. So I would not expect for a supervisor for him to lie. I wouldn't expect it. I would not expect for him to lie. Like, I was 18. I wouldn't have thought that someone with a job that's a supervisor is gonna lie. That's just what I thought. I understand why would I believe that, but I was 18 and I didn't think a grown man that's supervisor is gonna lie. And knowing that we signed the contract, you know, I just didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. I understand the supervisor don't have anyone to report to. It's not under recording. Yeah, it's not under recording either. So, I mean, in this day and age, they probably wouldn't lie that much because people can record things and, you know, put them on social media and expose people for lying. You probably get in trouble. But back then, you know, they didn't have that. So you can just tell people anything. You can lie and tell them anything. Like, he literally said, yeah, you get your college paid for, you're not going to get deployed. So that she'd have to worry about that after 6 years. They'd have to worry about that if they sign up again. Like, he was like, no, I know this is short, you know. So I was 18. I believe anything. I believed anything at 18. Okay. Say too much. You had a friend collecting military vehicles. What's the army tattoo? Policy? No, I do not know. I have no idea. No idea. During large WW2, World War II, elections and minorities were not frontline soldiers. They were trained to kill, take orders, and be effective. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot about the history of the military and what a lot of minorities did. I know one of the guys I worked with at the prison. I don't know how true it is, but he said that what his unit did whenever they deploy is that they would put the reservists on the front line. They'd say, hey, they have reservists do stuff because they didn't want to lose their own people. So they would take the reservists out of there and then send them in the front line. That's what he told me. I don't know how true it was. You know, sometimes people just talk, but he said that, you know, the reservists that deployed with his unit, he was an active duty unit, they were the first to, you know, be lost in service because they didn't have that bond with them to even care about them doing something dangerous. So I took that to heart, and I never wanted to volunteer for a deployment ever. Yeah, usually it's a civilian girlfriend, not to be trusted. I will say that when it comes to relationships and being in the military, I would say a lot of it, from my experience from viewing different relationships, not even relationships of my own, just from viewing relationships, things are horrible, okay? Relationships in general are horrible, but just because it's military, whatever, relationships are just horrible, y'all. I've seen some horrible stuff, especially when people deploy. I've seen guys' wives spend all their money. I've seen girls' husbands spend all their money. I've seen wives cheat on their husband while they're deployed, and they're both deployed, sleeping in the same room. I've seen, like, a girl literally in my unit got pregnant by another soldier, higher up soldier, and she was married. Like, I've seen that. I've seen guys like that are in whole relationships. You know, they have whole relationships when they deploy. When they get back home, they have actual wife. I've seen so much stuff. It's so many scandals. Like, why do people have to be so scandalous? Like, why are we so scandalous as human beings? Are we okay? We're all like messed up. We're all messed up. You said if your wife went to the military, you barely saw her for years, you'd be bitter about it. And that happens, but in reality, like, for deployment is 9 months. I know that's a long time for people. That's a really long time, but it's a lot of things you can do in 9 months without cheating. Go pick up a skill. Go pick up a certification. Go try out a new workout routine or something. You can go and try a new hobby. Take a freaking Zumba class, something. You know, you don't have to go and cheat. It's a lot of things you can do in your spare time other than cheating. And if you have that urge, find a new girlfriend, find a new friend or something that's the same sex that you're not gonna have relations with, and you know, do something fun with them every weekend or something. Like, I don't know, but I think a lot of people join young in the military, and you're gonna have a young wife, you're gonna have a young husband, so people are gonna do stuff. They're gonna do crazy stuff, okay? You can't stop that. You can't stop it. What can you do? So, but I think relationships in general are just a mess, a hot mess. But there were also a lot of guys who were faithful when I was deployed. I knew a lot of guys who were faithful, and I also knew a lot of women who were faithful and picked up new skills like working out, picked up new hobbies like working out. A lot of guys picked up new hobbies like working out as well. So, you know, it is mixed. Why's the sun being in on me? Let's see if I can fix it. But yeah, it's a lot of people picked up new hobbies as well. So it's not just, you know, is that better? Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I did it. So yeah, you know, you never, that is not better. But you never know, you know, you never know, okay? So, relationships, and you've heard that experienced soldiers are getting signing bonuses up to 100K. That may be true. It may be true, especially if you're like a doctor or something, like medical. I would not go back in though. I would never go back in. Unless like, maybe if they maybe like a social media specialist or something, like an influencer specialist. Maybe like I don't know, a soldier counselor or something. I don't know. I would have to do a specialty job, and I don't have a degree for that, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want me. But yeah, I know National Guard soldiers, right? National Guard soldiers. Whenever I was joining, National Guard soldiers were getting enlisted bonus. We're getting bonuses of up to 60K. 60K. They had to do 2 years of active duty first, and then the other 4 years National Guard, but they got bonuses up to $60,000. That was in 2008. I was like, dang, I should have looked into that National Guard, huh? But yeah, I think it was Army active first or something like that, bonuses, but maybe it wouldn't be on. Yeah, the National Guard, Army Reserves, and Army is all the same. The only difference is the National Guard is, the National Guard gets paid by the state. The Army gets paid by the government. Well, the Army Reserves is paid by the government, right? The National Guard, actually, they had something come back to where like the National Guard had to pay back some of their bonuses or something because they did the contracts wrong. And then, I don't know. I don't want to explain too much because I may be lying. But yeah, the National Guard gets paid differently. They have a different pool of money. They get different money, the states. And I actually feel like the National Guard would be better because the National Guard, they are the people that come up after the hurricanes and like clean up after the hurricanes, you know. They're the ones who's searching for people. They're the ones who get called whenever like people do protests. If you see like Army people, they're National Guard people. They're literally Army reservists. So I wish I could do National Guard. That would have been better, I feel like, for me. More suitable for me. Maybe I'll get back in and do National Guard. They seem like they're more chill. Yeah, I was thinking about going to officer school. You have to go to officer school to be the commissioned officer. But I don't think I want to do that, y'all. I don't like them officers. I don't like them, y'all. This is the thing, y'all. Oh, not that I think all officers think that they are better than enlisted, but most of them do think that they're better than enlisted people. And it's like I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are more of elitist. They have like an elitist feel about them, that they think that they're better than other people, and I don't know. I don't want to do that, y'all. I've seen them. I've heard them talk. I've heard them talk. I've heard them like, you know. I've tried to, because in the superiority complex, I've seen them. My last unit was full of officers. Okay, it was full of officers. I was one of the few enlisted soldiers there, and I just don't know. I don't like it because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't really know what they're doing. Most of them have only been in. I don't want to go on a rant. Most of them have only been in for like 3 or 4 years. They went to school. They got their bachelor's degree, right? They went to school. They went to the academy. They immediately come out with a big rank. Right? They immediately come out with a big rank, and now they feel like they can tell someone who's been in for 10 plus years what to do. It's BS. Back in the day, I think the way the system was built is not for today's world, because back in the day, I guess everyone wasn't going to college, so technically whoever is an officer is supposed to be the brains of the operation, right? They're supposed to be the brains. They're supposed to know everything, right? But now you have everyone going to school and getting a bachelor's degree. Almost a lot of people are a lot of people go to school and get a bachelor's degree. So technically they aren't the brains of the operation. The person who's the brains of the operation is in reality is the person who's been doing the job for 8+ years and got a bachelor's degree in it. Not someone who went to school for something else and went to academy and now they're in the military and now they know everything. That's not it. So that's what a lot of officers fail to realize, is that they're not technically the brains of the operation. Yes, a lot of fresh officers think they can tell sergeant majors, even a sergeant who's been in the job for 10+ years, what they need to be doing. And in reality, they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of those officers haven't even deployed. They haven't touched a war zone. They know nothing about a war zone. And then they're telling you what you're going to do in a war zone. I'm sorry, you don't even know what it is. You don't even know what that is. You don't even know how to spell war zone, okay? Okay, so I'm done with my rant. If I were to choose the officer route, I'll probably do like a chief. What do you call it? Like the chief? Because the chiefs, as a chief, you can just stay in your own office. I just want to stay in my office. I don't want anyone to bother me. Yeah, I just want to stay in my office. I don't want anyone to bother me. I want to be specialized in whatever field I'm doing and just let that be my job. Like if I got back in, that's what I would want. That's what I want. I wouldn't want to be one of those people. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to be one of those. And then I wouldn't want to be that high strong, I don't know if you guys are in the military, but sometimes they have those high strong female sergeants, that are like trying to prove themselves to everybody. I don't want to be one of those either. And then I was so chill that people felt like they could just try to tell me to do anything. And I was like, I don't even want to be here anymore. So I'm better working in an environment where I have my own office. I can specialize in my job and do my job to whatever, working abilities. And that's what I would want to do. Oh, thank you, Chi-Town. Yeah, military officers that help each other. Yes, well, there are several, especially like women, black women. I can't say women of color, but it's different. It's different if you don't. I can't say speak the same language, but if you're not into the same things, if you, I don't know, like to do certain things in your free time, or if you're not like, oh yeah, me and Johnny are gonna go to the new restaurant. If you're not like that all the time, oh no. Okay, hold on. Is it better now? It's better now? It just froze? Am I back? Why is it? You guys refresh it. I think I'm still here. Okay. I froze though, right? Okay, I froze. We're back? Okay, cool. Good. Alright, perfect. Alright, good. Okay. Alright, I have to end this thing quickly, y'all. I have to end this thing in a minute, okay? Let's see, because I've been on here for too long. I was supposed to do this for 2 hours. Okay. I was supposed to do this for 2 hours. Okay. But instead, I've been on here for almost 3.5 hours, okay? But yeah, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, like someone trying to pretend to be someone I'm not. Okay? I don't want to pretend to be someone I'm not. That's my issue. And I guess, if you do it for a check, do it for a check, but it becomes your life, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's see. has some moral. Okay, well, yeah, why not go for commission? Okay, we talked about why I'm not going for commission. We're getting down to all the questions. You said you're an officer, nature play. Okay. If you're a good officer, sometimes there are good officers, but a lot of officers that I've met, it's like I wouldn't. No, I don't want to hang out with them. I don't want to. You know, unless I'm in a unit where, if I'm in a unit where, you know, it's not a lot of officers, I'm one of the few. That's okay. All right, y'all. We're rounding in. Well, thank you guys. We're rounding in, y'all. Okay, we're at the end of my questions. Do you guys have any more questions for today? Because I've been on here for 3 hours. I've been talking my butt off. So let's see. You guys got any more questions? Maybe we can do another Q&A. Maybe military and army together. Because not military and army. Military and what you call it? Corrections together. Since I already covered everything now. And the corrections one was 3 hours too. That one was 3 hours. So this one is 3 hours. So it's good that I separated them because they need to be separated. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your questions. Let's check Instagram and see if anyone has any more questions on Instagram. See if it's anything different. I'm a demon lord. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Let's see. A question that's not it. What's my highest rank? What did I enjoy most about my time? Yes, I'm posting this on YouTube. What did I enjoy most about my time was the friends that I made in the military. I really did enjoy my time. I really did. Well, my friends. I enjoyed my friends. I love the people that I met. Yeah, so that's about it. So my friends. I guess life experiences. A lot of the stuff that I did in the military, I can't really apply to real life, you know, but I feel like it did. It was a great stalling point, you know, like if you're not gonna be into like any real world situation, the military is good too, you know. I learned a lot of social skills. I learned how to make good friends, make friends. Would I repeat it over again? I would. Thank you, fruits apricot. And what do I think my best assets and to be successful in life? I would say being optimistic. Being optimistic. I try to keep a positive view of everything, you know. Let's see what else is a good one. My MOS was a 92 Yankee. It was a supply specialist. I don't think I exactly did it. And this person keeps sending me pictures of him. He did this last time. Whoever you are, stop sending me pictures of you. Come on. I'm trying to get a Q&A. I'm trying to get some questions here. He keeps sending me pictures. Hector. Whoever you are, Hector. Look at this. Look, y'all. I got these pictures here. Here, of him. And then he sent some more. Look at it. Hector. Come on. I can't even get through the pictures. Let's not. Please stop it, Hector. Is there anything I would do differently? I guess in the military, I wouldn't have left my weapon. I wouldn't have. No, you know what? No, there's nothing I would have done differently because everything I did for a reason. So you know what? I did it. I'm here for a reason, right? Did I ever think that maybe I'm on the wrong side? Like, wrong wrong side. Like, no. With the army, you won't feel like you're on the wrong side because you're gonna feel like you're helping. Like, I felt like we were helping Afghanistan more than anything, right? That's what we were doing. We were there to help. It was it's funny. I'm like, what were we there to do? We were there to help. We were there to help. So there's no way I felt like I was on a bad side. We went through a lot of classes teaching us the rights and wrongs of everything. We had to respect their religion. We had to respect their culture. We had to respect their people. So they taught us so many things about respect, you know, and, you know, people there. So I never felt like, you know, I was on the wrong side. Uh-oh, we got Hector again. Do I have a security clearance? Yes, I got a security clearance. We got Hector again. Here we got Hector. I don't know if he wanted me to show y'all these pictures, but yeah. Let's see. Would I date a military French guy? No, probably not. I'm not single. Okay. They're very impressed. And we got Hector again. We got Hector one more time. So that was about it. That was the end of my Instagram responses. Shout out to Hector. Thank you for those pictures. I really needed those to brighten up my day. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I was gonna do Fall Guys, but listen, I've been on here for too long. I've been on here for so long. Yeah, thank you Hector for everything. Alright y'all, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for asking questions. Next stream, yeah, we'll do some Fall Guys. But thank you guys for asking questions because this is gonna help other people who want to watch this later. So this is good because other people are going to be able to watch it and see your questions. And thank you guys. My service was 11 years. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So bye. Maybe I should raid someone. I said I was going to raid someone yesterday, but I didn't. Actually, I'm just going to end it because I want the end to be saying goodbye instead of raiding because I'm going to put this on YouTube. Okay? Alright, bye everybody. You guys have a good day. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Oh wait, tomorrow I'm going to be doing an IRL stream tomorrow. So it's probably going to start pretty early, okay? And I'll see how long I'm going to stay at this place. But yeah, so I'm going to see you guys tomorrow as well. So it's probably going to start early. I'm going to try to start around 10, 11 for a few hours. So bye guys. Y'all have a good evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.